Boys in the back. Boys.
What is good? We are back with another episode of Boys in the Back on this final February Thursday. Thank God we get March next week. I'm your host, Connor Burks, joined alongside me. As always, the man, the myth. Is he a myth?
No, I can't take that from Chuck Mindenhall.
I was going to say, it's New York Eric Jackman. And we're back on another Breaking News Thursday. I mean, we joked about it on the show last night. The fight gods giveth, the fight gods taketh, and we got a slew of breaking news again last night.
We get that Dana White Wednesday night news drop.
And, again, like UFC tweets out there, like, the boss man's at it again, another Wednesday night news drop. I was like, oh, God, here we go.
It was a good one. Some interesting things on deck. I don't think it had quite the impact of the first one.
You could never live up to last week.
That one
last
was
week like, oh my God. Like last week I was watching Dana's IG live and I was just like, holy shit. And then he said another thing. I'm like, holy shit, this is crazy. This is sort of just like we're tying up some loose ends. We're getting a couple fights that we're going to get down the road. I feel like it was a good little news dump. If you missed it, Rafael Fiziev will be stepping in against Justin Gaethje at UFC 313. We'll get the rematch of that. We saw them at UFC 286. A very close fight that ended in majority decision, a weird 10-8 in that third round. Probably should have been a split decision. We also got Bryce Mitchell taking on Silva. Silva alluded to it on the show yesterday, the Ariel Helwani show, that he wanted that fight, and he's going to get it. At UFC 314, he opens up as a massive favorite in that one. Jamahal taking on Khalil Rountree in the main event at UFC Kansas City. They're doing like a TKO group takeover that weekend, and that is a fantastic main event. And then lastly, Marlon Chito Vera steps in as the prince that was promised, the hero of the MMA community. Can he deliver a victory over one Mario Bautista in what's shaping up to be the event of the year, UFC Des Moines, baby. Getting some good fights in the bantamweight division on UFC Des Moines.
I love how you frame this up as MMA fans versus Mario Bautista.
I mean, if you get on Twitter, like the amount of anti-Mario Bautista rhetoric, the memes against Mario, I will coin it, is just like the slander campaign on Mario Bautista. Marlon Chito Vera already a fighter for the people, one of the fan favorites. They're going to be cheering hard against Mario Bautista.
Yeah, you're trying to grind out a win against Jose Aldo, and this is what happens. So, unfortunate.
Speaking of that, I saw some odds. Jose Aldo like a minus 215 against Amin Zahabi at UFC 315.
That's interesting and tempting. I might lean the Amin side on that one.
It's quite interesting. All right, let's start from the top, though.
Yeah.
UFC 313, the one that we needed addressed as soon as possible.
Next week.
God, it is next week. It's like 9 days away.
Yeah.
9 days away. Rafael Fiziev steps in for a rematch from UFC 286. I mentioned it. You got the weird scoring on the third round. One judge gave Justin Gaethje a 10-8. There was the eye poke in round 2. But overall, just an incredibly close fight. Like a very close fight. I see a lot of people on Twitter being like, oh, man, like this is kind of a boring outcome for this. Like, why isn't it Arman? Why isn't it Ilya? I think this is a great outcome. I feel like because Fiziev hasn't fought since fall of 2023, he had the injury, and he lost the fight against Gaethje. I feel like people are kind of forgetting just how much of an action fighter Fiziev is. This is a fantastic fill-in for Dan Hooker.
Before you said it, I was going to say the exact same thing. People just forgot. People forgot what Fiziev is.
Dude. This
is going to be a sick fight. This is going to be a really fun fight. These two went to war last time.
Yeah, I mean, look at that picture. Look at that picture, dude. Like this was not a
it was a patty
fest.
cake. Yeah, they weren't playing patty cake.
This thing was fantastic.
No, it's going to be great, and I think there's not a lot of great options when you are able to advertise Dan Hooker versus Justin Gaethje. There's not a lot of things that are going to come close to that as a replacement.
Especially with the run Dan Hooker's been on lately.
And also just the level of violence that we know they bring. Fiziev is one of those guys that is going to bring it. He is not somebody who's just sitting back waiting for some like slick counters and things like that. He is going to be aggressive, and we've seen this fight before, and it was a great fight. So for lack of better options, I was into it. Speaking of some of those better options, let's talk about this tweet from Justin Gaethje where he kind of outlined how he believes it all shook out. Arman and Charles, I'm reading this by Justin Gaethje, Arman and Charles understandably said no. Max and Dustin understandably said no. Moicano got the call and said no. Props to Fiziev for volunteering to fly across the world and take this fight. Big risk here for me taking this rematch against an elite striker. Life's a trip. Best live show on earth going down on March 8th. So a lot to unpack here. For one, he's kind of, calling out a few guys there. Armin and Charles have said no. He says, we have a tweet here from Armin Sarukian where he kind of disputes what Justin said here. I didn't say no. I accepted immediately and asked for a 160 pound rather, catch weight 11 days out from weigh-ins. UFC said that wasn't an option. So Armin was willing to do what some had thought maybe he could or should not do in terms of stepping in on short notice against Justin Gaethje, determining he's the number one contender. But naturally, you'd have to like understand if he was like, I can't make that weight on that short notice. I want to make 160.
I'm actually surprised that the UFC was like not an option. Can't do that.
I'm only not surprised because it does kind of like hurt the integrity of it being a contender fight, right? Like if you're the number 155-pound contender, I think there's probably examples of us having seen this in the past where somebody fought a catch weight and then was in a title shot next. It's not coming to mind right now. I'm surprised that Armin was willing to do it. Good for him. That's a game dude right there, and he knows he's in the doghouse a little bit and was looking for an opportunity.
Put on a banger with Justin Gaethje, you're right back in favor.
You put on a good show with Justin Gaethje, you finish Justin Gaethje, and then I think all is forgiven. So shout out to Armin for seemingly saying that he was willing to accept that fight. He also called out one Dustin Poirier in there, saying that Poirier didn't want it. We have some tweets from Dustin.
Never got the call. Didn't say no.
I'm the one who reached out to them when I read the news. Ask Hunter Campbell he's referring to. All respect to you and Fiziev. Looking forward to this one again. So
Fiziev spelled wrong. Love it.
Dustin saying also that he was willing to do it. He called them to try and do it. I imagine that this is not like an easy fight to make. There's a lot of things that kind of have to get broken up and shaken up. Fiziev is somebody who's coming back into the picture from out of it. I think it makes perfect sense. I think it's a great fight. The UFC did a good job replacing here. Nothing was going to come close to Hooker and Gaethje. Nobody was going to say, like, this is the one. So I'm happy with what this was as a replacement.
Interesting. Yeah. Fiziev saying nothing but respect. Let's put on a show. Interesting enough, no mention of Gamrot in Justin's tweets.
Yeah.
Gamrot is just the forgotten hero of 155, man. Super talented fighter that just gets no love.
I have a feeling that Gamrot did not say no. According to Justin Gaethje's, like, everybody said
like
no.
Gamrot was just sitting by the phone. Just
yes.
Is anybody going to call me? Is anybody
Yes.
calling? Despite putting on a great fight with Dan Hooker as well.
But this, I mean, I'll ask you, but I assume I know the answer. You would rather see Fiziev than Gamrot, or I mean, who of those options would you have wanted to see the most?
I think a rubber match with Poirier would have been sick, but like I want Poirier's final fight to be reserved for like a massive buildup, do it in New Orleans and make it a really special thing. If this ended up being his last fight, he steps in on 9 days notice and say he loses too, that would be such a disappointment. So I'm cool without the Poirier. I
also think he's saving himself for this Louisiana fight that he keeps talking about.
Keeps alluding that like late summer we're going to get a New Orleans fight night or maybe a pay-per-view, who knows.
It would be a criminal shame if he stepped in on this, he gets knocked out or something. I mean, we literally saw Justin Gaethje knock him out last time. He gets knocked out again. That's the way it ends. It would feel wrong. It would feel wrong.
Armin would have been cool. Just because it's just like gangster shit to just like step in and be like, all right, I messed up on the weigh-ins at UFC 311. I'll step in and fight one of the most dangerous dudes in the division. I'll win, and then I'll be right back in title contention. Charles, I didn't really ever see happening.
Yeah.
I feel like he's kind of biding his time for a title shot. Who else did we mention? Michael Chandler was like,
Moicano.
No one ever reached out to me. Moicano, I would way rather see Fiziev than Moicano. I think Moicano needs to like take a fight, get a full training camp, and kind of get back to where he was.
And Gamrot.
I like, and then Gamrot, I don't think. Do you think Gamrot was even mentioned in the war room?
No, probably not.
They were like, how about Matej? Sean Cho was like, how about Matej Gamrot? Dan was like, who?
No, and not for, I think it's easy to like kind of poke fun at Gamrot in this. Like,
I love Gamrot. I like laugh because like he is so talented.
That's the thing I'm trying to get across is like, not for skill, not for ranking. It's, you cannot replace the Hooker Gaethje pairing, the all violence with Gamrot. It just doesn't track with
our boy Oven, friend of the program. He threw out the idea of Joel Alvarez. 22 wins, all coming by finish. I mean, you talk about violence. You talk about an all-violence war. Joel Alvarez, give the man a chance to step into the spotlight and step into title contention, step into that top 10. That would have been incredible. Get another Spanish star on the roster.
I could understand why Justin Gaethje wouldn't want to risk that against a guy who's a savage like him. Yeah,
massive savage in Joel Alvarez. So yeah,
literally massive.
I think Fiziev is a fine
Great
option.
Fight.
Like
I love it.
On this many days' notice, and I see some people kind of complaining about it and talking about, oh, he already beat him and everything like that. Like, dude, that first fight was so close.
It was really good.
I sent Jordan the scorecards for it. It was one of those really weird fights where you had round 1, 2 of the 3 judges scored it for Fiziev. Round 2, 2 of the 3 judges scored it for Fiziev. And then round 3, obviously, all was Gaethje across the board, with one of them being a 10-8. So it's like one of those, if you like went round by round, Fiziev technically won 2 of the 3 rounds on 2 of the 3 judges' scorecards, but he ended up losing the fight. Like, it was as close as they get. You had that eye poke in round 2 that obviously affected Fiziev, and that's when the tide kind of started turning.
Yep.
Didn't think round 3 was a 10-8. I thought that was kind of a weird one.
Either.
So it was essentially as close of a 29-28 split decision as you can get. And both these guys, like, this one went to a decision. Both these dudes have serious finishing power. Like, we could end up seeing a finish in this one.
Absolutely, yeah. As I said, I really like this, and I think considering the time frame that they had to get this done, it's a great alternative. I have to admit, I'm a little surprised that Justin Gaethje took it. Not from the perspective that I don't think Justin Gaethje's a savage in game, and yes, he already beat Fiziev, but it sounds like he was looking at other names too. He's just always struck me and has vocally been a guy who's like, give me 8 weeks, give me 12 weeks, I need a full camp, and I'm going to be at the absolute best that I could possibly be. So I am a little surprised that he remained on this as opposed to like rebooking or looking for another fight on a later card. I'm happy he did because I like this fight a lot.
Speaking of surprises.
Yeah.
Rafael Fiziev. -125, Justin Gaethje +105. Your thoughts?
I'm not surprised, honestly.
Just because of how close the first one
I came away thinking in that fight, like, I was impressed with Fiziev, and he looked like he was on the level, so I'm not surprised by that. I think people are remembering that first fight now. Now that it's been rebooked, I think people are going back, or even when it was kind of being discussed and talked about, if you go back and watch that fight, I think you're going to be impressed with both guys, but definitely Fiziev, who I think was more of an unknown quantity at that point, as opposed to Gaethje, who was very well established. I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised at all, actually.
So as it stands right now, main card.
Yeah.
Pereira, Ankalaev, Gaethje, Fiziev.
Great fight.
Amanda Lemos, Yasmin Lucendo.
Another great fight.
King Green, Mauricio Huffy. Great fight.
Yeah.
Jalen Turner, Ignacio Bahamondes.
This is not bad. That's not a bad main card.
Not bad at all, man. And then you got Curtis Blades, Kunyev on the prelims. You got Alex Morono, Carlos Leal, not bad. Bruno Ferreira, Armin Petrosian. Like, there's some good fights.
Yeah, this one's not the one that's like jumping off the page that you're like, this is the best pay-per-view of all time.
No.
But there's names and there's some good matchups here. I like the way this card is kind of constructed.
Great pay-per-views. You want to talk about it. UFC 314.
Yes.
That's John Silva and Bryce Mitchell. John Silva alluded to it on the Ariel Helwani show yesterday. They were tweeting back and forth over the weekend. There's only one Lord. You need a proper ass woman. Oh, okay, but I'm gonna beat you until you see the earth is round. Like, there's some nice trash talking here. John Silva is like a fast ascending star. Now he gets Bryce Mitchell, who's caught up in all this controversy right now. Like, Dana White's whole thing was like, oh, you don't like what he says? Watch him get his ass whooped on UFC 314 in Miami, only on ESPN Plus pay-per-view. And now they give him John Silva, who is
He's an ass whooper.
Ascending like crazy, and he's an ass whooper, and he comes into this fight -460, Bryce Mitchell +360.
All right. I expected him to be a favorite. -460 is kind of steep for a guy who's just getting it.
They're putting the same price tag on him as he just had against Melsik Baghdasaryan.
Yeah, I don't know about that, because I do think Bryce Mitchell is quite skilled, especially when it comes to the grappling game.
Which we need to like really see on John.
But exactly, he's a little more untested, unknown. But if he fights anything like he's been fighting in the past, man, we might see that ass whooping that Dana White has been promising people in regard to Bryce Mitchell. Also, how about Bryce being a man of his word, right? He said, I've got a big fight with the UFC coming up. I have to pull out of this grappling match that he was going to do for Karate Combat. He did end up actually having a big fight, and on relatively short notice. Like, this fight card is around the corner. And Gene Silva, man, like he's just a gang. Like, the whole fighting nerds, I can't.
The core four on fighting
it's
nerds
just too
are
much.
like as good as it gets. If Mauricio Huffy wins, I think they move to something like 18-0 in the UFC, and they'll have
crazy.
2 fighting nerds on that card. Carlos Praches already booked on that one as well. Like, this card is shaping up. Like, they stack it tall when they go to Miami. Main event: Volk versus Diego Lopez, obviously for the vacant featherweight championship. Chandler Pimblett, co-main event. 5-round slate
Incredible.
for that one. I don't know how they're going to work the main card prelims. They have 6 fantastic fights. Nikita Krylov versus Dominic Reyes. That might be like your featured prelim. Yair Rodriguez, Patricio Pitbull making his UFC debut. Jeff Neal, Carlos Praches.
Oh, yeah.
Banger.
Wow.
Banger. Virna Jandiroba, Yan Xiaonan. Obviously, they added Bryce Mitchell versus Jean Silva last night. Chase Hooper, Jim Miller. Like that is 8 fights right there that you're just like, I am there.
Yeah.
I am seated on the couch from fight number 1 all the way through the main event. You got SD Dumas, Mikhail Oleksiejczuk. Just feels like that's just going to be someone's getting finished. Dan Hige, Sean Woodson, buried on the prelims.
Sneaky.
Buried on the prelims. Darren Elkins, Julian Arosa. I mean, that's just like
that's going to be
Like
wild.
a throwback that someone's getting finished in.
Yep.
The Damage versus Juicy J. And then Trayshawn Gore, Marco Tulio, that'll probably be your curtain jerker. Suma Darji, Mitch Raposa, Alberto Montez, and Roberto Romero. It's just like,
that one's pretty stacked.
whew-wee.
That one's pretty stacked.
14 fights and like 11 of them are just like certified stamped bangers.
Yeah. Did it need, honestly?
No, it didn't.
Did it need this fight? They could have put this somewhere else.
That's what I'm saying. Like they did not need to add John Silva and Bryce Mitchell, and now
But they did. They've blessed us with
like,
a stacked one for 314.
I mean, the Miami cards do insane numbers, and they're always quality.
It's a really strong card from top to bottom.
I love that they've started returning to the 305 and always stacking it high.
Worth the money.
A couple of fight night fights announced. The main event, UFC Kansas City, Jamahal versus Khalil Rountree. Like, how could you not be excited for this? Like, especially with the way they've been fighting lately, this feels like they're just going to stand, trade, and someone is probably going to get knocked out.
Unless I'm incorrect, this was one of the permutations that we had previously booked, or no? When it was like, they were falling in and out, and then we ended up with some crazy Anthony Smith versus Roman Dolidze fight.
Did it start as Jamal Hill versus Khalil Rountree?
No, it was like Ulberg or something, right? Or did Ulberg step in for them?
It was, man, that was such a wild
it was that.
run.
It did start as that.
It started Khalil
popped
versus Jamal. Khalil popped. Ulberg
stepped in.
Hill fell off. Smith stepped in. Ulberg fell
falls
off.
and then Dolidze.
And then Roman Dolidze steps in. I was actually at the gym this morning, and like they're always running ESPN News old fights, and the Dolidze Smith fight was on.
Oh, great.
This morning, and I was like, man, I remember we had to do all that math to get there. This is essentially
this was the original booking.
Yeah, rebooking. Now we get
love
the main event. Now we get it 5 rounds.
I love it. It feels like a do-over. It's like we had it, we lost it. They're kind of in a good spot for them both to take it at this moment. I love this fight.
Honestly, both have taken a loss since the original booking, but I would actually argue that both their stocks are higher. Like, I know Hill lost to Yuri, but it was just such a great fight that it was sort of like a bounce back from getting knocked out in the first round by Poatan and always getting clowned by everyone. And the gym fiasco is just like, Jamal Hill is still an elite light heavyweight. And then Rountree, obviously, the stock skyrocketed with the fight against Pereira.
Yeah, it's a fantastic point. I didn't think of that, but Jamal Hill's stock at that moment that was booked probably was lower, right? Because he had just come off that Alex Pereira knockout. Everybody was trying to clown on him. He had the little gym altercation thing with Alex, and it just continued that. So you're right. I think people got reminded in that fight that, like, no, Jamal Hill is really like a top-level light heavyweight and here to stay. I love this booking. And you could see one of these guys getting near a title shot again. I mean, if it's Magomed, then it's like all bets are off. There's going to be tons of those guys at light heavyweight who previously didn't have a shot or had a shot at Alex Pereira already that are going to get that opportunity. Yuri comes to mind, obviously, right? Like Yuri versus Magomed would now be fresh. But I could see either one of these guys being 1 or 2 away from a title shot with a win here.
Oh, for sure. This is for next week, but you think Pereira gets an auto rematch if he loses to Ankalaev?
I would guess no, because I would guess that if he does, he just goes up to heavyweight.
Yeah, he just says, I'll just scrap it. I'll just have
had the run, had the belt, not interested in cutting down anymore and defending that. Let me take my crack at heavyweight. Let me take my crack at boxing. Let me get on Usyk's radar and let's see what happens.
That will be the main event of UFC Kansas City, which will be the TKO takeover. UFC, WWE, and PBR all come to the T-Mobile Center in April. It is the first TKO takeover presented by VeChain. And it says PBR Thursday, April 24th, UFC Fight Night, April 26th on Saturday, and then WWE Raw on Monday night on April 28th.
Yeah, I'm not a bull riding guy. I've not ever seen it, I don't think. I'm not. Maybe I would like it. I've never been to it.
I guess it like fits in with like people that would be into combat sport. Like, it's kind of just like a crazy, reckless sport. So, like,
action, like danger. You sit there, crack a beer. It's probably a good time. I'm sure. I'm not saying that I don't like it. I'm just saying I don't know if I like it because I've never really seen it. I know Cowboy Cerrone was like riding bulls for a bit or something like that. Dana owns a bull. Or is like, I don't know if it's owns. I like invests in. I don't know. I'm not sure. I don't really know that sport.
I think
too
it'd
well.
probably be owned. Like it's like a horse.
He owns it.
Like
Okay.
like a guy that owns a horse.
I wasn't sure if it was like you have stock in a bull. It's like me and my buddy. Anyway, doesn't matter. It seems like, and Kansas City's a great market for it. I think it'll be a lot of fun if you're a fan of all three of those products. If you like wrestling, if you like MMA, and you like bull riding, you can't go wrong with that weekend.
Yeah, I feel like they're targeting Kansas City too.
Yeah.
Like you get a nice crossover there. Last bit of news that we got: Marlon Cheeto Vera taking on Mario Bautista at UFC Des Moines, which already main event Corey Sandhagen, Davison Figueiredo. Like, it's a nice little bantamweight marquee there in the beautiful city of Des Moines. It's exciting.
And you'll be there.
Yeah. No, I was joking before the show. Like, I am down to go to Des Moines. If we are all down to go, I'll go. Like, flights were like $207.
Frank, can you hit it?
Who, me?
Other one.
Who the fuck is we?
That's what I'm saying. I said, if y'all are down to go, I'd go.
That's the one. Now this feels like a solo trip. It feels like you and Des Moines have something to work out, and so maybe you make a pilgrimage.
There's no way I could ever go to Des Moines by myself. I couldn't.
Not even for the Boom Boom Huck Jam.
The
Did I get that right?
Tony Hawk Boom Boom Huck Jam.
No, I did get it right. Boom Boom Huck Jam.
Shout out to the Boom Boom Huck Jam.
That's a great fight. That's a great fight. Yeah, there's some interesting things happening at bantamweight. The problem to me though is like, at a certain point, these are all guys that Merab has either beaten or we feel like it's not going to be competitive. Like they're all in a good mix underneath the champion, but then the champion is kind of standing alone, and I think that's going to be an interesting problem for them the UFC matchmakers to solve at bantamweight. But in the meantime, we're getting some fantastic scraps.
Yeah. Shout out to the UFC. We'll just make it a tradition. Wednesday night breaking news affairs.
Sure.
And then we'll just take over from there.
Could they break it on Tuesday night and then Helwani gets to react?
Well, I mean, Helwani, I'm sure he's loving it, having to get home from a long days of work and having
Just
to record breaking news reactions and then, do all the thumbnails and get everything ready to go. I'm sure he's just loving that. I'm sure he's loving it. As he said, I think he said yesterday, 6 p.m. on Wednesday night is his favorite time of the week. I'm sure he loves when we just get nuked with UFC news.
Shout out to everybody who watched those videos. Helwani reacts on our channel.
On this very YouTube channel.
Yes.
All right, so those are the 4 fights that we got. Looking forward to each and every one of them. I mean, they're all fantastic. We mentioned the TKO takeover in Kansas City. Some other news that seems impending, like it feels like we're going to get it at any moment now, is the TKO Boxing League, a deal that would be exclusive with Saudi Arabia. There was an earnings call yesterday, and TKO COO Mark Shapiro essentially outlined that it would be a boxing league in conjunction with the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. And the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, if I'm not mistaken, would be essentially footing the bill. TKO would be putting on the production and the promotion for it, and it would be like an exclusive boxing league.
It's a super fascinating deal, and it reminds me of their broadcast rights, their broadcast agreements, right?
Yep.
We're going to put on the show. Don't worry about that part. We're going to produce this for you. We're going to book all the fights. We're going to do all the things that maybe not book all the fights. I imagine that Saudi Arabia is going to want to have some influence on where the fights are, who's fighting on those cards. But for the bulk of it, for the production end, for the logistics, for the promotion, TKO is going to handle that part of it. It's a game they know very well. They do these events and they do them as some of the best in the world. Saudi Arabia foots the bill. It gives TKO the ability to kind of operate and make these fight cards spectacular and happen without having to worry about the financial cost and recouping anything. Saudi Arabia is going to foot this. And the other part that I found very interesting is they're not going to put any money into it. So the entirety of that bill is being...
Yeah, it's no financial risk on TKO's end.
But he did say something very interesting, which is like there might be incentivization where down the line they could even get stake into it. So they're getting a free roll where Saudi is footing the bill, plus they could eventually in the end of this be part owners of it. I don't know how much that stake is, but ultimately they'll be able to share profits on this venture at the end of it. It's a great deal for both sides, in my opinion. I think it makes a lot of sense. The problem that I foresee is that a boxing league is hard because of the way boxing is structured and because of the Ali Act. And we had heard previous kind of swirlings that TKO as an entity wasn't like thrilled with the Ali Act and felt it had some limitations, and that naturally they would, right? Because it's the antithesis of the way they run their MMA, their UFC business. But a league is difficult because then you're only dealing with the pool of people that are in there, as opposed to like the boxing structure we have now. People can represent any promotion. People can go out and negotiate and do all these deals and fight for this person, this person, this person, this person. The league structure is going to be harder, I think, for if you're a top level boxer to get into, but maybe this is not going to be like top. They also alluded to one other thing, which is interesting, and maybe this is where those top boxers come in. They alluded to super fights, like big events that, and he said 2 in 2022, he said.
So he misspoke. He said there's
2 this year.
We already have 2 this year that would air. He says super fights, as I call them. This is Shapiro speaking. That would air really probably 2 this year and 2 in 2025. I think he probably meant 2026. And
exactly, yeah.
So what you said, like I think that's where the bigger names would come in, and that may be like already a marker, an indicator that they're struggling to get the huge names to join the league format.
Agreed. And if you can combine those two worlds, if you have a league format where you've got some lower tier boxers that you can lock into a league and have them competing across that could be something. Then you supplement that with these huge, massive events. Maybe we see MMA fighters crossing over. Maybe we see the biggest names in boxing signing for a one-off deal. I imagine that Saudi Arabia is going to be willing to maybe up the price for each of those events if we're talking about the super ones. It's a very fascinating thing. It'll be interesting to see how much Dana White's involved. It'll be interesting to see how much Turkey's involved. But the quote-unquote Zuffa boxing, the ghost of Zuffa boxing, may finally have like a real...
Right, well, I was going to say, like, this all makes sense with Dana's history, you know, Zuffa boxing, and then the relationship that the UFC and Turkey Al-Sheikh and the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia and Riyadh season that they have together, and now it just feels like a natural coming together with the fights that Turkey's putting together, the production power and promotion power that the UFC and TKO has. It feels like a match made in heaven. Will it be successful? Like, we'll just have to wait and see.
I think if you throw enough money at anything, it can be successful, or at least viewed as successful. But
I mean, I guess the argument against it is like, think about how, I mean, this card this weekend with the UFC, like it just isn't their best quality. It's inarguable that this is a card that isn't going to garner much interest aside from hardcore fans of the sport. What does a boxing card equivalent look like, and how much success can you have putting on cards like that?
I will say, he threw around some numbers. Shapiro, I think it's Shapiro. I don't know. $10 million fee, and I assume that's per event. So now we're like, maybe there is an ability to like kind of do some interesting things depending on how frequent they are. Maybe that number is for those bigger cards. There's a lot of murkiness. There's a lot of that remains to be seen. But the way he phrased it is that they're close to doing this deal. So I'm sure we'll get an announcement soon. It's kind of been rumored. I've seen reports in the New York Times and elsewhere where they've talked about this. And we have photos of Turkey and Dana shaking hands at every opportunity. We'll see what this ultimately becomes. But I'm fascinated that the TKO group and Dana White in particular is finally putting action to his boxing dream that he's always kind of had. And he's worn the Zuffa boxing t-shirt. It's never materialized. It's never turned into anything. There may be a day where we have Zuffa boxing under the TKO umbrella.
Yeah, I mean, it truly will be incredible. We'll just have to wait and see what happens with it. But I think we can all agree that just like the more crazy things like this can happen, the more huge fights that can be booked in boxing, the better for the sport.
I hope so.
I mean, yeah, what happens when, like, if Turkey ever goes away and is just like, yeah, I'm not really interested in making the mega fights anymore? Does it just go right back to square one?
I don't see that happening just because he is such a super fan of this. He is, like, carrying the sport on his back right now. Yeah, I mean, I'm more thinking about the thing that keeps rolling in my head is, like, what a league format is going to look like. Like, how are they going to get the talent? What are the purses that these fighters are going to be paid look like? How do you structure that league? And then what do those super fights that supplement it look like? But we'll see.
When they say league, you obviously think that they just mean organization, right? Like similar to the UFC. Like they're not going GFL route.
No. I don't think it's going to be like a tournament structure like that. Yeah. But like the UFC, like the UFC has its roster. And they can't just be like, hey, guy over here in another promotion, come in. Like, it doesn't work that way. Boxing is built on the system of these co-promotions, right? Like, Matchroom and Top Rank have two fighters. They square them off. They split. That is not the UFC's model. The UFC does not go against PFL. The UFC does not go against GFL. It did not go against Bellator in its heyday, or Strikeforce. And so it will be fascinating to see what that league actually ends up being and what the roster actually looks like.
Yeah. Can't wait. We'll see about it. What's going on?
Oh, live look at
Oh, here we go. Speaking of boxing, Chris Eubank making his walk in.
the press conference for my fight.
Hashtag Fatal Fury. You go to London. The next week I'll go to... oh, they're searching him. Is that an egg detector? Does that say egg detector on it? That's great.
Oh, no eggs.
Do you
No
think
eggs.
he's in with Eubank, or do you think like the promotion itself was just like, oh, this would be funny if they did
I
this?
don't. Yeah, I'd have to see that again. Was that a security
One more
guard,
time.
or-
One more time.
Can we? Is it possible to rewind the tape on that? I just want to see if that guy was like part of Eubank's camp. That looks like the real security.
There was so much security there. This is one of the guys.
And
I
he
mean,
just
we're
hit-
talking like 20
I mean,
of
the
them.
egg detector.
All right,
is
can we just give props to the guy who did the acting on this, the security guard doing the egg
Yeah, he looked
detector?
pretty serious.
He was taking it so seriously. Shout out to that guy. I mean, this fight, man. I gotta go. Do I have?
Scale of 1 to 10, how likely are you to actually go?
Oh, I haven't even talked to my wife yet. Is the problem? But I really want to go. Right now, we're sitting at a solid 7. I think I'm gonna go.
7. I looked at flights for this as well. It's like 500 round trip.
It's not the money. It's
Yeah.
just life. Like I have 3 kids,
Yeah.
and my wife's gonna hate me. But
Frank, any chance you would go?
No.
Yeah.
no,
yeah, he's
this
not
one
into
out.
it. He doesn't love
Yeah.
ball like I do. It's okay.
I kind of feel like I'd have to ride with you if you went.
Oh, all right. Are we making it a thing?
I don't know how much your ticket's going to cost. I mean, that's the real question. I saw a tweet from Eddie Hearn today saying that 130,000 people were in the queue, and that's just of people that like have like a Tottenham membership or something. Because
Maybe-
obviously the fight's taking place at that
Maybe
stadium.
we can apply for a media pass. Maybe that's the route.
Yeah, here it is. Over 130,000 people in the queue for pre-sale tickets for Spurs members alone. This is the biggest fight this country has ever seen.
Yeah, and it's taking over the streets even. Did you see this? Did you see this
I did see
advertisement
this.
here?
Easter's come early. I love
Tickets on sale now. Egg slap advertised Easter's come early. I mean, the promotion around this has just been incredible. I like the number of people who, as soon as something happens with this, just tag me and tag me and tag me. That I feel the energy building. I feel the momentum for people outside the UK.
Yeah.
In the UK, this is going to be like massive on its own. The names of the fathers, the controversy that surrounded the first fight with Conor Benn testing positive and then having the whole controversy and the elements that have happened since with them continuing to throw barbs at each other, continuing their careers in completely different directions and now coming back. It's massive in the UK, but I'm starting to feel like people are paying attention to this and picking it up elsewhere.
You're getting there with me. Like I'm
Let's
getting
go.
excited. I mean, the press conferences are great. I love the eggs. Like there's a clear rivalry. There's a clear hatred between the two.
True hatred.
And like I think I may have underestimated just how big it was in the UK.
Oh, yeah. This is going to be massive.
Like they were at Parliament, 130,000 people signing up for tickets.
We're hearing rumors about, AJ versus Fury, and that's always been the fight that everybody talks about. Everybody has very quickly shifted to saying this is going to be the biggest fight in British boxing. It's just massive. And they are such perfect opposites. They are such perfect foils for each other because Chris is kind of the suave, smooth, a little more sophisticated seeming, especially in the way he carries himself and talks, but also like a little bit calculated in the egg thing. And Conor is just a ball of rage. Like he just wants to rip everybody's head off, but in particular, Chris Eubank's head off. They're perfect for each other. Every time they're together, the barbs are great. I think they have great rapport, even though it's not like they're trying to collaborate. Eddie Hearn being involved is not a bad thing as well because he always knows how to drum it up. Nigel Benn being involved, and then hopefully, Chris Eubank Sr. can get involved, but it doesn't seem like it at this point. He seems a little down on it. But man, it has the makings of just like magic.
Quick update from the press
yeah.
conference.
What's up, Jordan?
Our guy, Ade, just doing a masterful job already, asked Chris Eubank Jr. if he thinks he stepped over a line the other day, and he said, I don't think so. I'm paraphrasing here. Said I'm on stage with 2 of the scummiest guys in the sport. And he said,
Obviously
it
referring
feels like
to
it was light
Ed
work
and Hearn.
compared to, contaminated egg that he claims to have failed the test for. So it's already heated. Doesn't have any remorse over the egg.
What I mean, when we have that face-off, because the press conference is going on right now, when we have that face-off, I'm going to need to see what happens.
You think they'll do a face-off again?
Yeah, I think they will. I think they'll have security, but I think they'll do a face-off.
And we're just giving you free reign on the button today, Frankie. You just hit breaking news whenever you want to jump in, man.
You got it.
Yeah. It doesn't matter. Mid-discussion, heartfelt, whatever we're talking about, you just hop on it.
We should be clear, though. He's talking about with actual, like, stuff. Not like that.
Now 135.33.
What's the weather?
I don't know. The weather was giving you the time.
I don't know. Let's look at that.
Oh,
It's looking
that's
better
all right.
outside. Looks like it's clearing up
You
a little
love
bit of
Ariel
sun.
yesterday. What is going on outside? Ariel discovers weather.
A little sunlight going on outside.
We're moving toward your day. We're moving toward your day that you turn around and go, it's over. The nightmare is over.
We're almost there, people.
We're almost there.
Saturday is March, which is just incredible. And then the next week we're getting daylight savings time. It doesn't get any better than that. Like that is the best time of the year.
All right.
Eubank Ben,
Love it.
TKO Boxing League. Breaking news. Let's get into this weekend. We got some fights this weekend going down at the Warehouse in the desert. UFC Apex 103 headlined by Manel Kape versus Asu Almabayev, who I know you're high on. You've been speaking the praises of him all week.
Yeah, you're being a little bit cheeky because I'm not super familiar with this guy's game. I got to be honest. I'm very familiar with Manel Kape. I am learning the ways of Almabayev. So you're gonna have to fill me in. You're gonna have to tell me the technical breakdown on this one because I don't have it. You're gonna have to educate me on why this is gonna be competitive.
I mean, he's obviously incredibly talented. He's 4-0 in the UFC, but like the thing that I fear is that all of the finishing upside is on Manel Kape. I think he also has the more experience in this fight. I also like this might be too much too soon. Like I know he's number 7 in the UFC. I know he got a win over Mateus Nicolau, who isn't with the promotion anymore. But I favor Manel Kape in this one, and also like Almabayev. Just like from a promotional standpoint, Manel Kape is just 10x the star that he is, and I'm not sure beating Manel Kape would make Almabayev that big of a star.
He's got some good names on his resume though, like CJ Vergara, Jose Johnson, Mateus Nicolau. Like he's building the right way. He's climbing the ladder in the right way. Manel Kape will be massive, and quite frankly, like there's nobody else here at flyweight. Like if you do anything, you can enter the title conversation, especially a win over Manel Kape. So this is a big opportunity. I think Manel Kape is still good enough to be a champion in the flyweight division. He's very hit or miss. He's a little bit bizarre, like the missing weight stuff and the fighting with Muhammad Mokaev. Like he can never seem to get like focused. Even at the press conferences, he's like yelling at Israel. Like he can never quite seem to focus in on what the task at hand is. When he is focused on the task at hand, he's an absolute savage. He's a dynamo, and he's got crazy finishing power for flyweight. I imagine that he'll get it done, but I wouldn't be surprised if maybe it's an off night and all of a sudden we've got a new contender.
I mean, Almabayev also, like, you can make an argument for him. He's won 17 straight fights. Like, dude hasn't lost in like almost a decade. Fighting out of Kazakhstan, like maybe there's just something in the water there. Him and Shavkat,
21-2.
Mirs Magulov, yeah, like he's obviously a talented kid. I just feel like from getting known by the public, like I don't know if beating Manel Kape gets him a title shot. Obviously, KF is probably next in line there, but like even after that, I'm not sure if he beats Manel, he's going to be in line.
What would he do next though?
I don't know. Top 5?
You beat Manel Kape, and then what?
Bazi?
Sure, one more. It's a wasteland, that division is. There's a lot of good names, and maybe he enters into the Brandon Royval, Brandon Moreno type territory where you really have to prove it. But man, I think Manel Kape is every bit as good as all the other guys at the top of the division. So I'm expecting that if he can get a win here, he'll enter that title conversation, at least the conversation, like relatively rapidly. And Kape, hopefully, you get back into that conversation. But it's just been a weird run.
Yeah, and I mean another thing here about the Almabayev thing. I mean, this was originally supposed to be Brandon Royval, which was just like 10 out of 10 banger, like 2 of the most exciting flyweights on the planet. So like it's unfortunate for Kape. Like I felt like if Kape went in and beat Royval, then it's just like, all right, I'm next in line for the shot. Almabayev, I know you're just fighting who you're in front of, but
you don't think he'd be next still?
I guess just because there's no one else, like a lack of being anyone. You do KKF and then you do Kape versus Pantoja.
Yeah,
man. When does Pantoja move up to 135? Nah,
he's got to work. He could keep lapping him. Just do it. The the path to success, and I continue to say this, for a champion like Pantoja, the path to success is not moving up and getting a second belt. I think he's going to be too small at 35. The path to success for him is...
Yeah, I mean, Pantoja versus Merab doesn't look good.
Yeah, no, it's just not a good matchup. But I'm going to rack up a longer win streak and title defense record than Demetrius Johnson. That's the path. So even if he's running back number 4 with some of these guys, even if he's hitting number 2 with everybody, that's the path to victory. So to success for him. That's the path to greatness for him. And so I just think you just keep... The UFC is going to have to keep giving you challenges, and you keep knocking them off, even if you've done it already.
Co-main event, Cody Brundage, Cuban Missile Crisis, Julian Marquez. 2 guys losing records in the UFC, coming off losses. Julian Marquez, 3 straight losses. It should be exciting. It should be exciting. I think we probably get a finish here.
I think we'll get a finish, but this being the co-main is an indictment on this card, huh?
It's an indictment on the card.
It's not.
I mean, you're not going to put Ribovic on there coming off fight of the year.
Oh, that's right. The third fight.
Like, you might as well have just put in Ribovic.
Akarast and Ribovic?
Yeah, I think that's going to be a banger. I think Akarast is going to give him the striking battle that he wants.
Why is that not the co-main?
I don't.
Yeah, you know
Cuban
what?
Missile Crisis, man. Come on.
There's... Yeah, I don't know what to make of that being the co-main. I guess the expectation is kind of similar to what you were saying. Like, maybe there'll be a finish here, and that's what you hope for. But I mean, there's nothing on the line here. There's nothing to really talk about in terms of stakes. But I'm looking at this card.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. It's pretty poor.
No. Be serious.
It's not a good card.
Yeah.
It's not a good card. But there's names on it that I'm like, okay, at least there's like some names I recognize. And also, the names that I recognize are such like action type fighters, right?
Well, that's
like,
the thing.
Hyder Emil is gonna deliver. I know this. Even Gomi, like he's fun. Like this is gonna be a good card from a
exciting standpoint,
excitement.
Finishing standpoint,
yeah, exactly.
Like meme finishes type things. Like there really is. I think outside of the main event, only Charles Johnson is ranked.
Yeah, I wouldn't be shocked.
I think Charles Johnson is the only other ranked fighter, and what's crazy is he's so deep on the prelims, and it's his weight class in the main event, and he's riding a 4-fight win streak, ranked 12th. You'd think he could at least squeeze on the main card. Like, also, the dude he's fighting, Ramazan Timarov just like exclusively wins by first round knockout.
Yeah,
like he's already got one UFC
higher?
win by first round knockout, and like 11 of his 18 wins are by first round knockout. So I think it's either Charles Johnson going 5 straight wins, or Timarov probably getting a knockout.
I'm a big card placement doesn't matter guy. This might be the first time in history that I'm like, what the fuck is it? Like, why are these fights ordered this way? Also, like Chepe Mariscal, like there's some names on here that I'm like, yeah, I like to watch some of these guys.
Austin Lane, Mario
fight.
Pinto. Austin Lane is always good for a knockout, whether he's winning or losing.
He's on one side of it, 100%. Yeah, this is. There's going to be action on this, but man, there's not a single stake involved except for the main event.
That's the thing. Danny Barlow, Sam Patterson, also probably going to end up being a finish. But man, yeah, from a stake standpoint,
we ain't got nothing on this one. Look, they loaded
honestly,
up,
and the fact that it's not Roy Val, like,
that hurts a lot.
Takes the stakes away from the main event even more as well.
Nah, it's flyweight because there's stakes. We have to eat this. This is what we are served, so that events like 314 can happen. This is the sacrifice we must make. We enjoy these fights. We say, okay, that was a great fight night. We move on from it. There was a lot of action, no stakes involved, for the gift that 314 was. This is our penance.
All right, you have to pick one fight that isn't the main event or the co-main event that you're most excited for. You mentioned Hyder Emil.
It's probably that one.
I'm gonna go left hand to God. I'm gonna go Danny Barlow versus Sam Patterson.
I mean, God, the visuals on that could be pretty. Like that's gonna be this main card has some ones that I'm expecting finishes. That's the only way I'll put it.
Douglas Silva de Andrade versus John Castaneda could be an exciting one.
Even Mariscal versus Ramos. Like this is gonna be action.
Lucas Almeida also, like, it's like something like 16 of his 18 fights have knocked on the distance, so that one could be exciting as well. This is the one that everyone's just like, yeah, there's not much name value, but it's going to be sneaky exciting. And like normally I roll my eyes at that. I actually do believe
this might be the one.
Yeah,
we're breaking all our rules. I don't care about card, fight placement on the card. I don't care about the don't judge it till it's over. But like, all right, this is watchable, but man, there's not one implication on the line here other than the main event.
This is what you throw on in the background. 4
Yeah.
p.m. start, classic Apex stuff. Throw it on in the background, and you just kind of keep tabs on it.
And then you go, oh shit!
Oh,
Hyder
shit,
Emil just
shit.
landed a 53-punch combo.
Shit.
Holy shit!
The Cuban Missile Crisis just broke his losing streak. Let's fucking
Let's
go.
go.
We're back. We're back. Title run starts now.
Big.
Julian Marquez, baby. Yeah. I mean, not even much effort put into the poster.
Yeah, well, is
Like,
there
it's
ever on the
just-
poster?
It's just, yeah, dude, I should have grabbed the picture of it. The Brandon Moreno Mexico City main event poster is just him versus Steve Erceg. You doing the card in Mexico City? You got your most popular Mexican fighter in the
it's
main
no
event?
good?
It's like purple and pink. I'm grabbing it. I have to grab it.
No green and red and
No,
and what?
nothing, dude.
Zero.
Nah, nothing.
Love it.
Looks like the egg detector is going viral right now.
Oh, the egg detector is going viral on social.
Yeah,
I thought
yeah.
you meant that there were eggs out and the detector was going off because we had another appearance from Chris Eubank's pocket full of eggs. Jordan, do we have anything going on there? I know you're keeping an eye on it.
Yeah, I mean, him as in Chris Eubank Jr. and Eddie Hearn just trading. Interesting to note, Eddie Hearn is on the end seat on one side, Conor Benn and the number 2. And on the other side, Chris Eubank Jr. is in the 1 seat and Ben Shalom in the 2 seat, which why wouldn't...
Why are they not
I mean, it just
symmetrical?
feels like Eddie,
Yeah.
Eddie trying to get as much space as possible.
I was literally about to say, I almost cut you off. I was about to say, it seems like there's a lot more talking going on between Chris Eubank and Eddie Hearn than there is with Chris and Conor, because Conor's just like, I just want to knock this geezer's head off.
The biggest thing that Conor has added so far is he just said, "You're just an absolute idiot," and and then we went back to Eddie, who by the way, I missed it for a second, but now there's an egg, like a ceramic egg in front of Eddie. It sounds like he said his excellency is here.
Oh, this is so good.
Got him.
This is so good. Look at all this that has spawned from just eggs.
I see Nigel Benn talking right now.
The simplicity, you must appreciate. There's some, like, we talk about the best talkers in the game and how they sell the fight and then this and that. Like, I consider Chris Eubank a very eloquent talker. I mean, his father, like, we don't even have to next level the eloquence with which he speaks. But there's the other side of that, which is the simplicity. And the simplicity of Conor Benn is delicious. Like, the man is only about violence. You can see it in his fight style. I encourage you, if you've never seen Conor Benn highlights, to go watch him because, and I'm talking about, like, the last 2 fights, he's moved up a weight class. He was dealing with the suspension. Those are probably not the ones to watch. Watch the ones before that. The ones he did in Florida. But watch the ones before that. Conor Benn is just a pure ball of violence. And his trash talking style, it's not even like trash talk. It's just an instantaneous reaction to everything that anybody says, especially Chris Eubank, where he's just like, you're a wanker, you're an idiot, I'm going to kill you. Those are the default buttons. And I love the simplicity of that because he's not about the like running the mouth shit. He just wants to fight. He just wants to kill you. Whereas Chris wants to set the table, make it an event, make it a spectacle. This whole egg thing has now stemmed from something that he conceived. They're a perfect pairing. They're a perfect pairing. I love it so much.
With it being a Riyadh season card, do you think they try and build it, make it huge, or do you think they just ride the main event as the top billing? Like,
Here comes the egg, by the way.
Oh, they bring it out?
Yeah.
Is the like cap staying attached to the water bottle in the UK? Like, is that off-putting to anyone?
I don't like the cap.
I hate
staying on.
it. I hate it. Let me take that thing off. Let me take that cap all the way off, please.
Oh, there's like a presentation.
Oh wow, it's like a plastic egg.
Is something going to pop out of it, Jordan?
He said this is a gift that His Excellency presented to him.
Wow,
Did he say it like excellency?
I think that's the pun. Yeah.
there it is. There
But
it is.
yeah.
shout out Chris Eubank Jr. Shout out Conor Benn. They're building
us
the fight.
posted if
It
you
would
get
be
a face-off.
impossible to live up to the first press conference. The first press conference was gold.
If they face off and Conor goes for his throat, I feel like it will live up to the first press conference.
All right, keep us updated on anything going on there. I guess it's time to get into Parlay Pals. Like we're moving right along.
We're
here.
speeding.
We're speeding along. You know, this is what happens on a breaking news Thursday. I already got Pete's pick, and last week we
PT blew it again.
well we broke the kayfabe and we revealed our graphic early. We don't have that this week. We actually have not made picks yet, but Pete did take Pinto in the Austin Lane fight.
Okay.
So he's actually fading Austin Pinto. Austin Lane. Pinto is a minus Big favorite here. Pinto's a minus 550. Mario Pinto, minus 550 for Pizzi. I'm going to actually throw into the randomizer here. All right, Frank, you're going to go second. I'll go third, and then Rick will go fourth.
That sounds great. So my pick is money line for Danny Barlow.
Wow.
Against Patterson.
Oh, you really sold that one, man.
Yeah. There's
feel
only
like GC
one
was
pick
going
for
that
me.
way. Oh, you're taking another
And
pick.
it's Danny Barlow,
Oh,
money line.
Okay, there it is. There it is. I will actually go to the co-main event. I will go Cody Brundage, Julian Marquez, under 2.5.
So you're predicting why they put it in the co-main.
Yeah.
We're going to see a finish here.
I think we see a finish.
Give me Chepe. Give me Chepe
Okay,
Mariscal
wow.
money
We
line.
flew right through that. We flew right through that bad boy, huh?
Dude, I'm a big fan of that guy. I really just love everything he does. I don't. He's another one where I'm like, why is he just like buried on this card? He should be a little bit higher, but okay, it's all right. Chepe Mariscal, love that guy.
Okay, so we've lost 7 straight. As
Nah.
We've
PT's
lost 7 straight.
That's okay.
If we lose this one, we will officially be in the red. We will be losers of money. We'll be down units.
Yeah, but guess
We
what?
lose this one.
We were in that position before, and what'd we do?
We went on an insane run.
Went on an insane run and climbed back out.
Plus
Also,
151, Chepe Mariscal, under 2.5, Brundage Marquez, Danny Barlow, minus 310, Mario Pinto, minus 5.
we got this. We got this locked up. By the way, for transparency, we didn't have a graphic. I blew the parlay last week. It was not Pizzi. It was me.
You were actually the first leg, too. And then me, PT, and Frank just went bang, bang, bang.
Yeah, you know
and shout
what?
out to Frank. He keeps
Frank,
hitting his every week.
This was
When
me.
you got it, you got it.
During our legendary run, that was me. I'd never missed, and now it's just like,
Yeah. Sounds like someone who just missed would have to say.
oh, okay, Frank. You know, I think I was like second behind you, so relax. Oh,
New York Rick getting defensive.
Oh, that was breaking news. New
That
York
was
Rick
the
was getting
breaking news.
defensive. All right, I want to recap what I did last week. There's been some requests that I recap now, so people will know how I'm doing. I believe we have that both boxing and UFC. Not a bad weekend for your boy here. As you can see, we go 5-1 on UFC, and we go 2-2 on boxing. The Joseph Parker, that felt like one that I should have just unloaded the clip on. Dimitri Bivol, close, but gets it done. And then on UFC, the Bokakis Sarakwai, if that had gone over 1.5, I would have had a perfect night on UFC. So no big deal. No big deal.
solid. So what was the total on that? How many? Like, what were we up?
Yeah, I'm telling you right now. If you can see on the if we could just put that up for just one more second there. As you can see on the boxing, we obviously lost 2 units between the Zhang and Shakur. Went with some exactas, didn't get either of them. Zhang just lost the fight outright. So I finished up 0.86 on the boxing, and then on UFC finished up 6.79, which is good enough.
Oh.
Yeah, good enough for a total of 7.65
Yes. Wow.
on the weekend. Up about
Good stuff.
9 units on the year. We'll get the yearly recap. You know, we're still working out the kinks, but there's the recap for last weekend. I promised the big hitters. I only have 2 because I made, everyone's like, bring back the big hitters. Bring back the big hitters. I sent out the ask, and I only got like 4 slips sent to me.
You know what happened, though? We've been off of the big hitters for so
Yeah.
long. People just forgot.
Yep.
Now that it's back, they're going to be like, oh my God, big hitters is back.
I also think I need to ask on Sunday when it's fresh and everyone's like,
Yeah,
I want to
yeah.
brag about my bets.
Yeah,
I want to
yeah,
brag
yeah,
about my
yeah.
bets. So on Sunday, I'll start asking. But I mean, it's just only right that the first one is my guy, Jay Singh, hitting the takedown props as always. Absolute legend. Follow him on Twitter. Jay Singh, you know where to find him. Hits
Jesus, plus 1,000 on
dude,
that
plus
parlay.
1,000, and he put $1,000 on it, and then he hit another one as well. 11,000 paid out on that one. 10,000 paid out on this one.
Wow,
And
Jay Singh.
It's just takedown totals. This is my guy, the takedown totals. I won on this one last week. Paid for lunch all week. Shout out to Jay Singh, absolute legend. And then the other one that I had was just a crazy call from Toel Maximum, who went Melky, Costa, and Kutalaba both to win by submission. Only put 59 cents on it, but when it pays out at plus 9,500, that's $56.64 back, plus 700 and plus 1,100 parlayed together. So shout out to Toel Maxwell, man.
Are we throwing out 59-cent bet wagers? Is there
59 cents is crazy. I hope that's just like what he had left over.
Yeah,
from,
it must
the
be
rest of the
remainder
betting.
because otherwise that's a weird unit size.
Yeah, no, there's no way 59 cents this unit's on. I would also hope you're not putting down like a unit sizing measure on a plus 9,500 parlay. All right, that's the big hitters. That's the recap. Hopefully we'll get more production value, more maybe a jingle to open it up. We had something back at the old Vox spot. Working through it. And then lastly, my bets. Let's run through them real quick. I got 5 this week. Charles Johnson. This line has shifted a bit. He is now like minus 110 across the board at books. Grabbed a little underdog money on him, but I mean, dude, he's on a 4-fight win streak. Taramov, yes, 5 straight wins by first round knockout. 11 of his 18 wins by first round knockout. Charles Johnson, tough as hell. Never been finished. I think if he doesn't get finished here, he's going to come out victorious in this one. Next up, Mariscal Ramos under 2.5. Ramos has been finished in 5 of his 6 losses, all of them coming in the first round, and now he's a plus 310 underdog. I think if Chepe wins, he's probably going to win by finish. And as far as Chepe goes, 7 of his last 11 have not seen the third round. And then another prop. Though I track all my bets on betmma.tips, shout out to them, great website. Track all my bets. Props are by far my worst category. Parlays and singles, I'm up big on. Props I think I just get goaded into betting violence props, and they just don't hit. Silva, yes, I understand he goes to more decisions, but Almeida, 16 of his 18 fights in his career have not gone to the distance, and I'm getting minus 125 on it. I don't think they go the distance here, so that will be the bet. And then lastly, 2 parlays. A violence parlay for you. All of those fights not to go to a decision. Barlow Patterson, Pinto Lane, Brundage Marquez. I think they're all just meme fights that end in crazy fashion. And then a pacifist parlay. The 2 women's fights to go the distance. And then Cop Almabayev. Over 1.5. And those are the 5 bets for the weekend at UFC Apex 103. Tank also happening this weekend, but he's like minus 1,800. Minus 500 by knockout.
We need a big fight from Tank next.
Speaking of boxing,
yes.
Do you guys want to hear what Chris Eubank answered out of his question that I referred to earlier
let's hear it.
About the regret?
One of the biggest events in boxing this year. Let me bring in Chris Eubank Jr., the champion. It's right that I speak to you first. They all say it's all fair in love and war, but did you cross the line at the end of the press conference on Tuesday with the eggs and the slap in the face?
Did I cross the line? I mean, during this whole process over the last 2.5 years, I think many lines have been crossed. I'm sitting up here today on a stage with 2 of the scummiest characters in boxing, in my opinion. A drug cheat and a man who did everything in his power to help him get away with it. So me throwing an egg at somebody who absurdly claims that is the reason why he failed 2 drugs tests because of contaminated eggs, I think that's light, and I think that's deserved. He deserved the embarrassment of what happened. If I had an opportunity to do it again, I would. Unfortunately, I come unarmed today. I've been thoroughly searched multiple times, couldn't sneak any in. But in all seriousness, this is a real fight. This is going to be a bloodbath. This is going to be like the first fight between my father and Nigel Benn. It's going to be special.
Does that mean, following up from that?
Got searched for the eggs. Doesn't happen.
Intense. I feel like he has something planned. I feel the way he was like, I feel like he's doing like almost like a magic act. He's like, there's nothing in my hands, and then he's gonna do something different.
Does he go back to the egg well?
No, something else. I don't think he's gonna do an egg. He'll have something else planned. But let us know if they face off, because I'm very interested.
I think they're going to. I think
to.
it's only right. I think you have to.
If
he
you get
really
the
hates
people
Eddie
there-
Hearn, huh?
Hates him. He hates promoters because he just feels like they're after the pockets of the fighters and they don't have the best interest at heart. He has isolated Turkey as the one he wants to work with because he knows that Turkey his interest is in getting the best fighters to fight, and he feels like the promoters are trying to just take from the pockets of the fighters. And so Eddie Hearn in particular, he has zeroed in on. But he had words for Frank Warren, as we heard, and then he had to apologize for all the comments about the promoters. Chris Eubank is somebody who understands the boxing game at a level that I think most fighters aren't thinking about it at, and he's not afraid to let people know it.
Yeah. Yeah, keep us posted on if there's a face-off or not. But 1 hour in, I think it's time.
Let's do it.
Round rankings. Ariel threw out the idea of doing press conferences. Obviously, a press conference going on now.
Wait, is that not what we're doing?
Oh, Frankie. It never gets old. It never gets old.
You didn't actually, though, right?
No. I didn't.
What did you do?
What's the topic?
What's the topic for today? I'll
Yeah.
do that one.
All right. So anyway, in honor of the Oscars taking place this weekend, movies being in the news and everything like that, the biggest award show in movie history, the movie universe, whatever you want to call it.
One of the biggest award show, period.
Yeah, biggest award show, period. The Oscars are happening on Sunday. I can just word vomit here over the Oscars even longer, but we're going to do best movie fight scenes in honor of the Oscars. And
Hopefully Frank as well.
Frank definitely did it. You did it, right, Frank?
I'm doing it. Yeah, we'll be good. I'll start us off, in fact.
I'm pretty excited for this one. I think there's going to be some contention. I think there's going to be some varying opinions. No projectiles is the rule, correct?
No,
hand to hand. You can use swords. You can use knives. You can use.
It
weapons.
can't just be like a gunfight from like a distance, right?
Yeah.
It can't just be like walking into a room and mowing people
only.
down.
I love it.
I loved and hated this one at the same time. Loved because like I get to like rewatch and experience some of my favorite things. I'm a big action movie guy. Hated because like picking 5 was very bit.
That's
hard
what I
for me.
always realize with these pound for pound rankings. It's tough to choose 5 in a lot of these subjects.
Some things got left off that like I don't know if I can ever forgive myself.
All right, Frank, you kick us off, man.
All right. So my number 5 is Watchmen, specifically the battle between Comedian and Ozymandias. It's the first fight of the movie that's based on a graphic novel that you actually don't get to see this fight in. It ends with Comedian being thrown out of the window and killed as he falls. And it's just like the sound effects. This was back when Zack Snyder was still like a reputable director. I don't know what has happened since then, but this was him at his peak. Like he did 300, what I actually like, and he did Watchmen, and I thought it was a good homage to the book. But this scene alone, like just high intensity the entire time.
So it sounds like you're down on Zack Snyder. You're not a Snyder Cut guy. You don't want
not
the,
anymore. No,
right.
really not. And I don't think I'm alone on that one.
All right.
Number 4 is Kill Bill Volume 1, but literally the first fight that you see between Black Mamba and Copperhead. That's Vivica Fox and Uma Thurman. I remember seeing this in the theater the day it came out. You get a scene of someone getting shot at the very beginning. You have the beginning credits, and then all of a sudden Uma Thurman shows up in this vibrantly colored truck, shows up at Vivica Fox's house, and they just have this bloodbath. Like we're talking, they're being thrown into coffee tables. Like it's all happening. And then it's really funny because Vivica Fox is actually expecting her daughter to come home from school. And then all of a sudden she does, and they have to stop fighting and act like they're not fighting anymore. But just to see these two chicks just go at it, and it just tells you what this entire movie franchise is going to end up being.
I'm starting to see a theme here. Let's see if it continues.
Number 3 is Fight Club, specifically the fight at the end with Tyler Durden versus the narrator. For those of you that haven't seen the movie, the main character is actually never named. I guess you could say
The narrator, right?
Yeah, it's just the narrator. Some people say it might be Jack because he keeps saying like I'm Jack's complete lack of surprise and this sort of thing. But this is a fun fight because if you know, like he's basically fighting himself, but he gets thrown down the stairs at one point. You got a guy in his underwear from a scene before, and then Brad Pitt's actually dressed. He starts with a furry coat, takes it off. He's got this infamous tank top that has like pornographic scenes depicted on it. But like just seeing like this one guy clothesline Edward Norton, throw him down the stairs, all this stuff is happening. It's amazing. Number 4 is
Number
Rocky
2.
4. No, I'm sorry. Thank you. Because Rocky 4, I got thrown off here. Rocky 4 is my number 2 on the pound for pound list of fight scenes in movies. We got Rocky versus Drogo. The whole movie gets you hyped up for this. My favorite line, if he dies, he dies. Like it just culminates in exactly everything that people were feeling back then. I know, Connor, you probably weren't around during this time. Have you seen this movie?
No.
All right. Well, it's if you're going to watch any of the Rocky franchise, this is the only one to watch specifically for this fight. And speaking of that, we're going to go to my number 1, which is Star Wars: The Phantom Menace. The battle between Darth Maul, the two Jedis at the end.
What a great one.
I have to like put this into I saw this movie probably 8 times in the theater. Right?
What's the track, Frank? Duel of the Fates or something?
Duel of the Fates is I mean the music in this one is unbelievable. Double-sided lightsaber.
I saw this movie probably 8 times in the theater when it came out, and I'm not gonna lie to you. It was no other part of the movie that was that entertaining to me. It was just waiting to get to the final battle because it was still great. I know people have picked it apart and showed like the choreography is a little whack.
I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck.
The music goes when the doors open, Darth Maul's there, the double lightsaber turns on.
They walk from the back with Padme and them standing there, and they're like, "We'll handle this," and they all like clear out, and it's just them two, and then Obi-Wan dies, Qui-Gon Jinn dies, and then Obi-Wan.
Spoilers.
I mean, I'm just like blown away because I have this as number 5 on my list, not to give anything away, and I thought y'all were gonna try and shit on me for that. No, episode 1 sucks. The new ones are terrible. 1, 2, and 3 suck. Yeah, I mean, unbelievable. The music, Darth Maul, the double-sided lightsaber. It's incredible.
A great one. It's a great one.
I think it's great.
Here's the theme I thought was developing, Frank, where you were picking some of the best action movie scenes from the better movies, right? That were not necessarily known for their action movie scenes, maybe like Kill Bill accepted, but then you got to a piece of shit movie with a great fight scene as number 1, so that kind of killed that theme.
I thought we were doing pound for pound best fight scenes in movies.
No, we were. I thought that was the theme, though. I thought you were just going like it was just gonna be banger movie, and the best scenes from those, the best action scenes from those.
But then watch good movies, man.
The top one was a piece of shit with a fantastic fight scene.
Look,
I actually love that.
Hold on
love
one
that
second.
episode 1. Jar Jar Binks.
Mr. Batman and Robin being the best duo in the world.
Yeah.
Phantom Menace is shit. I will.
It is shit. Okay, so you agree with me.
I enjoy
when
it.
I watched it
Phantom
8
Menace.
times in the theater when it came out, I did not think it was shit.
Okay, but we think it's shit now.
We can't have
like
revisionist history of
No, it's shit.
I'd watch it right now.
Yeah. Speaking of
Episode 1, 2,
By
and
the way,
3. Love
why
them
do you
all.
continue to harp on the Batman and Robin thing?
Because I
they
thought
are
about
the
putting
most
that in my
iconic
list.
duo. What are you talking about?
I wanted to show Batman and Robin fighting Mr. Freeze just to fucking bring up
like Adam West.
with
the
Arnold
George
Schwarzenegger.
Clooney, Arnold Schwarzenegger one. Yeah,
the George Clooney, Arnold Schwarzenegger. Where they're like.
He
freezes the ground, so then they tap their feet and fucking ice blades come out. I'm like,
okay, the movies were goofy.
I'm actually hurt by this Phantom Menace slander. 1, 2, and 3.
It's so bad. It's really bad.
Love them all.
That's a generational
Really
thing.
bad.
We're going to Rick next.
Okay, we're gonna start off. We're gonna start off hot. Number 5, First Strike. First Strike. The ladder scene in particular. The ladder scene in First Strike. If you're unaware. Okay, I'm conflicted here. I really like the toasty noise from Mortal Kombat, but I hate that it just played right now. Like, despise that it just played right now, but do like the toasty. All right, First Strike, ladder scene, Jackie Chan. I feel like there's a generation of people that maybe haven't even seen Jackie Chan movies all the way back to like his original like kung fu movies, but into like the modern era 90s 2000 movies, Rumble in the Bronx being one of the most famous ones. But this one in particular, I remember being in the theater watching First Strike. The things that Jackie Chan does with this ladder, like obviously known for like his acrobatics and being able to fit into the tight spaces and do these crazy scenes. He spends an entire time taking out like a gang of guys with scaffolding, ladders, tables. He just turns the entire set into a playground and he's just beating the shit out of these guys with it. It's an absolutely incredible scene. He's like one of the best martial artists ever. The things he's able to do, I don't know that anybody else can do. Love Jackie Chan, love First Strike. The ladder scene was the one that like really spoke to me when I was a kid. I couldn't believe what I was seeing. Number 4. There's a film franchise. This was the first of them called Ong Bak.
That's great, yeah.
The final cave fight. Yeah, this is going to get old. The final cave fight. You could pick 10 scenes from this franchise. You could pick 10 scenes from this particular movie. But the final fight, the athleticism, the physicality, the stuff that Tony Jaa is doing, like an iconic action movie star, Tony Jaa. Who would go on to do so many different movies. But the stuff that he was doing in this one with the kicks, with the elbows, look at these like acrobatics, the aerials. They are just beating the living shit out of each other. He's dropping 16 elbows to the top of his head, 12 to 6s. Who fucking cares if they're illegal? Tony Jaa, like legendary performance in Ong Bak, the original. Again, another one of those that like I saw this and was just like, it spoke to me on a level that I couldn't comprehend. Number 3, The Raid. The Raid, the hallway scene. Now, Yeah, don't don't do it anymore. The hallway scene in The Raid. There have been many iconic hallway scenes. I'm not going to name any just in case they appear on your list. Frank didn't have any. There have been many iconic hallway fight scenes. I do not think there has been a better one than this one. This is the best hallway scene. Just a barrage, a wave, a horde, wave after wave of machete-armed dudes coming at Rama, our main character. I believe the actor's name is Iko Uwais. Like, I don't know how to pronounce it, but he's been in many films. He's in a lot of action movies now. But The Raid was kind of the one that made him famous and Gareth Evans famous. Incredible stuff. If you've never seen it, I recommend every single one of these, like, to the highest possible order. He's just the concept of The Raid of the movie is he's in a cartel building and he has to get to the top of it, and he's just climbing level by level by level. And
do the levels get more difficult as he goes
more
up?
difficult as he's going up, and he has to get through this level of just 10,000 guys with machetes, and he gets through it. Number 2, this one's dear and dear to my heart. I wish I could have put it number 1, but I couldn't. Blade, the Blood Rave, the club scene.
Great call. Great call.
Not only one of the best action movie scenes ever, the best opening to a movie ever, period.
So good.
The movie starts with a guy going to this club, and from there it turns into a literal bloodbath. This is my favorite screenshot. This is my favorite moment from it. When near the end of the fight scene, he walks into the shower area, and then the vampires are coming in, and he throws
he throws it like a projectile.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Just making sure we're on the same page.
Yeah, as part of the scene, Frank. And then he
Couple
throws
times
it, and
he pulls out
and
a
it kills
gun,
them.
shoots them in close range. Yeah, I
shotgun?
could see you really. Yeah, the shotgun with the
In close
silver.
range, you said, though, yes?
It was a close range.
Okay,
yeah.
good.
No, but you can't bring a shotgun to a melee. You know what?
He can, and he did.
There's no rules.
What about the
There's
sword?
no
What about the
rules.
sword play? Wait a minute. In the Kaboom cereal, in your scene, was
That's
that
at the end of the fight?
Oh, this was the end of the fight too. Sorry, Frank. You just got dunked on. Wesley Snipes just annihilating vampires. There's like 10,000 reasons I love Blade. This opening scene was one of them. Formative moment. All of these scenes mean a lot to me and have been incredible. And they are some of the best fight scenes ever. Number 1, I think like a lot of people's best fight scene ever. Like I think this is a very popular pick. The Raid 2, the kitchen scene.
Okay. 2 Raid scenes on here.
There could have been, truly, if you watch this franchise, there could have been 50. The Raid 2, this scene, again, our main character, Rama, against the assassin, unnamed, he's just the assassin. This is the most brutal drag down, like nasty, gnarly, 2 dudes just absolutely clubbing on each other. Every single thing you can feel, the choreography, like it's the pinnacle of action in film. If you've not seen The Raid, which I've recommended to Frank many times and he hasn't seen, The Raid 2, they are the best action franchise that has been created. And this scene, this culmination, again, he's climbing up a building. This is the culmination, not the final boss, but like the sub boss. And it's to the death. It's war. It's absolute war to the death. Raid and Raid 2.
I gotta watch
favorites.
The Raids.
You have to.
I mean, you've sold me. I gotta watch them.
It's the best. It's the best. Thank you.
This is. I'm very curious because there's a million different fight scenes, obviously, in movie history. Like the amount of people that are going to come in with their own suggestions is going to be great. All right, let me rip my 5. Number 5. I already mentioned it. Darth Maul versus Obi-Wan.
Sick.
And Qui-Gon Jinn. I mean, it's. I really thought this. The fact that it was your 1, Frank, is shocking to me. Look at that. Little GIF action. The way.
Wait, is he going to separate it?
Oh, the way, no. The way he force throws to open up the door while he's backing up against Obi-Wan. Oh, it's so good. In fact, you got the 3 guys, Qui-Gon, Darth Maul, and Obi-Wan, and only one comes out alive from it. You got the double-sided lightsaber. You got the Duel of Fates music going. It's as good as it gets. And then you put
Shout
it
out to
on,
Ray Park, the guy who played Darth Maul. Incredible.
Oh, shout out. And then you put it on one of the best Star Wars that there is, episode 1, 2, and 3. Just
dog
banger,
shit.
banger. Episode 3, even dog shit.
All 3 of those
Insanity.
complete dog shit.
Insanity. Generational thing. I mean, you just compare it one to one on the
4, 5, 6, incredible.
4, 5, 6, 70s. The
Ridge
CGI is crazy. All right, number 4. Similar to you, hallway corridor fight scene from a movie I actually just watched for the first time last week. Old Boy. Single shot, scrolling camera, 1,000,000-on-1 action scene. Just epic. You've been leading up the whole movie. It's sort of this mystery thriller. Like you don't know why he was originally trapped in this place, and now he returns to this place and fights all the people that trapped him. It's been building the entire time. He takes everyone out. Truly, just like it's just such a unique cinematic feature. The scrolling one shot for the fight scene. It was awesome.
This is the OG Corridor movie that inspired the other ones. This was incredible.
I mean, it's just like as it scrolls, you're just like, this is crazy. This is incredible. Number 3, I'm going to take from Frank's, I think, number 3, Kill Bill. But I'm going to go with, at this point, I don't know what she's going by, the Bride versus the Crazy 88s.
Yeah.
Again,
nice.
similar to number 5, the music, it starts out with RZA's The Crane. Just sort of like the over-the-top, like, slapstickness of the entire movie. Like, obviously, she's taking on 88 dudes with
I think you mean RZA.
with swords. Hey, RZA's The Crane. Sorry, Frank. Goes black and white. At one point, she pulls a dude's eye out, and the whole scene goes black and white for like 3 or 4 minutes. And then she like kills everybody, and it goes back into this like melodramatic blue, like the changing of the colors, how many people she fights. It's also like 7 minutes long. It's incredible.
Do you know why it goes black and white?
No.
So the MPAA threatened an NC-17 rating for that scene.
Wow.
And the only change they had to make was desaturate the color so it looked less graphic. Went black and white, got the R rating, did it. But if you watch it again knowing that, like, it looks like such a perfect stylistic choice. Like, this is the best thing to do. Like, it's right when the music changes, it goes black and white.
Right when the music changes and right as she takes the guy's eye out.
So it's like he goes and does this edit to appease the MPAA. So I don't know if this ever came out, but they were going to do a Blu-ray version where it's both movies seamlessly cut together called The Whole Bloody Affair, and they was going to be back in color.
Oh,
Sick.
yeah.
What a great film.
dude. Both of them. I actually didn't see those until I think last year or 2 years ago. I think Frank actually put me on. I mean, classic. Who recommends something for me? I'm actually going to watch it. But yeah, love the Kill Bills. They are.
I
they
can't
are
wait for you
fantastic
to watch
films.
the raid now.
Number 2, same as Rick's number 2. Also watched this somewhat recently, like in like the last 6 months. Blade.
Oh, that
Blood Rave.
scene. So good.
The Blood
so
Rave.
good.
I mean, you just like Frankie and Rick really recommended Blade to me a lot. They're like, you gotta go home and watch it. I watched it. The opening scene, hook, line, and sinker. Like you're in. You essentially figure out that everyone's a vampire and like the normal humans about to get eaten.
Was the DJ a vampire?
And Blade. Yeah, was the DJ a vampire? That's a
think
good
he was.
question. And then Blade pulls up and it's just like,
So
it's over, bro.
I think that's a great pick. And in fact,
What's
it
the
was one of the
snaps?
first
The
things
man.
that I thought of.
Okay.
But I was like, the gun, the boomerang.
Frank, it was a hand-to-hand combat fight.
What was the gif of? It was him throwing a vampire up. What is he?
No,
also
you pick out the great
garlic-
melee parts, but he's
Also the
definitely-
kaboom. Also the kaboom,
The
Frank.
kaboom
you
is
you already
literally
ruined it.
a whole
you already
new
ruined
scene.
It. You ruined it. You ruined it.
I think there's extenuating circumstances.
Yeah, I
I
agree.
think if we pulled John Wick out where he's just
I'm
like
just saying.
blasting everyone, that'd be one thing. There's just no projectiles.
So,
You know?
Blade's not
I
sitting
wanna,
there
I wanna
machine
fit
gunning
Blade
guys.
in between my 2 and my 1. Like I took it out
Okay.
because I thought
We'll give you a 1.5. That's fine.
Hey, 1.5 Blade Blood Rave. My number 1.
Okay.
No one had it on their top 5. Nobody.
Oh, that's a
Bu-
great one.
The bus fight scene.
I don't know this.
Love this one just because he starts the fight. He empties the gun. He's like, nah, man, I'm just here to fight. I'm not looking to kill you guys. I just want to fight you. Uses every different type of, like, I mean, if you can see from the GIF, he uses the glass bottle, beating people over the head. At one point, he rips off a railing and is just like doing a dude's head in with it. He gets the shit beat out of him. Like, he doesn't come away clean from that. Like, he literally walks away like bloody and limping, and like he just wanted to get into a scrap, and that's exactly what he does. It's also like 5 or 6 minutes long, and in the beginning, it's while the bus is moving. Yeah. It was it was a legendary one. I mean, Bob Odenkirk, shout out, like at his age to be able to do a scene like that, truly fantastic.
One of the things I noticed as I was doing my list, and I think it's clear on our list as well, it's so much cooler when the main character is fighting multiple people.
Multiple people, and like they take damage.
Yeah,
They
they're
take
getting
damage.
beat up, but they're just kicking a slew of people's asses. One-on-one is harder to find. Frank picked a good one-on-one. Rocky versus Drago, that is a really good one. I feel good. I feel like these are all
Rocky
solid.
Drago, I've actually watched on YouTube before. I feel like that's an injustice to the film because I feel like it just leads up to it the entire time. But I couldn't put it having not watched the entire film.
I think that's fair.
So good.
Yeah.
Some things that hurt me to leave off.
Yes.
Not even particular movies or scenes, but certain martial artists. Jet Li, Donnie Yen, Scott Atkins, Michael Jai White.
There we
like
go.
they're modern They're kind of, some of them older. Jet Li and Donnie Yen are legends of the game.
Bruce
but like
Lee.
Scott, yeah, of course, Bruce Lee, Scott Atkins, Michael Jai White doing it in contemporary times. The Eastern Promises bathhouse scene, that was a
Yeah, I
very
actually
hard
watched that
one
on
to-
seen
YouTube
that.
while I was like getting ideas for the best fight scenes. Obviously, I haven't seen the movie, so I can't take it. But yeah, it was crazy.
Good Will
just the
Hunting.
brutality of it. The
Yeah.
brutality of that one is incredible. The church fight in Kingsman.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
Now there were probably too many guns in that one for
yeah,
Frank.
a lot of guns.
If there's
and-
guns in the fight, there's too many guns.
and like I could have picked 10 scenes from Kill Bill. Kill Bill is it was a hard cut for me, but I'm glad you guys represent Kill Bill.
Neo versus Morpheus in the
For
Matrix.
sure.
Like when they're training.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's amazing.
The karate scene.
yeah.
Kung Fu,
Good Will
rather.
Hunting.
Good Will Hunting.
There's a fight.
Several fights. That's the whole thing. Is he fights a lot.
Oh yeah, when he's at the bar and
Yes, but are those like the top fights you've seen?
Jesus. Wow.
Master
Show
Shifu
some
versus
respect.
Tai Lung, Kung Fu Panda. Shout out.
Oh, that's a good one.
Master
seen it.
versus Apprentice. Never seen it.
Never seen it.
Seen all four. Shout out. Great movies. Great movies. Jin versus Shu Lien, Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon.
Yes, for sure.
A lot of swords going on there. I know you'll appreciate this one, Frank.
Snatch.
Harris versus Dalton.
Oh yeah.
Roadhouse.
Actually,
2024.
I mean, you joke. I don't think you're joking. Like those fight scenes were pretty damn cool.
They were
Both-
cool.
both
The
ones
coolest
from the
one was
80s and the one from
actually
last year.
McGregor at the end.
100%.
Where he
It's like
gets,
POV.
where he gets
McGregor.
the thing stabbed through his
Yeah.
leg. That
The final fight scene was the
was
best
pretty good.
one
Shout
for
out
sure.
Roadhouse. Shout out Roadhouse.
Original Roadhouse had some good fights in it.
Yeah. Hey, shout out to the chat. Bruce Lee versus Kareem. Karate Kid 1 final
Yeah,
fight.
Game of Death.
Justin Bond in the chat saying GC knows ball. Justin Bond blowing up. Artistic, man. Go look at his
Honestly,
IG with the Kendrick post.
We got Blade Runner,
Yeah, Blade
the
Runner.
original and the sequel. Some of the best fight scenes. Melee scenes. Not to be confused with the parts where they're shooting guns.
No Battle of Helm's Deep, huh?
No Battle of Helm's Deep. Shout
You guys are
out.
really
But that's a
letting
big
me
battle.
down.
That's a
Like,
big
what
battle.
are
It's
we-
not like
what
a
are we
one-on-one fight.
doing, Rick?
Hey, speaking of Lord of the Rings, Gandalf versus the Balrog. You shall not
Icon.
pass. I mean,
Icon.
And then when like they're all going out and they think he got clipped and like they're all
Snooze
they're all
fest.
on the New Zealand mountain and they're all crying. It's just like I get emotional. I get tears.
Is that
in my
it?
eyes.
4 hours into the movie? When does that take place?
That's
about
like
3 hours.
you know, like
Yeah.
two hours in. It's
Oof. Not getting there.
It is interesting how
Just
they
We're
Samwise and he's
sleeping.
like,
We're sleeping before we hit that point. That's for damn sure.
they do very quickly like get over it. And then after Boromir dies, it's like, oh, we're gonna send him off. Like,
So they
we're
go
gonna
back
do
to
this-
walking.
no, they
got to
gotta get
Then they're
moving.
back to walking.
They're like,
But after Gandalf dies, it's just like, all right, well, we got to keep doing it. Boromir dies, and
bro,
it's
they
like,
explain it right there on the mountain. Like they turn around, they're just like, this mountain will be overrun with orcs in no time. We must keep moving.
then just stop.
Perfect.
Like,
2
didn't
hours
even
of
have
walk.
a little,
little fight. 2 hours of walk.
They didn't try to go find his body. Nothing.
No Harry Potter versus Voldemort.
Okay,
No Pirates
said
of
Harry
the
Potter,
Caribbean.
Voldemort.
You're
Come
just-
on,
Projectiles.
I feel like
Andy,
Andy's
projectiles.
trolling me right now. I feel like
They
Andy's
weren't
trolling
hitting each
me.
other with
Saving
wands.
Private Ryan knife
She's
scene.
picking
Shout
the
out.
worst movies.
What about anything from the Bourne trilogy? You know, the guy flies it in through
Nah, too
the
many
window.
guns and stuff.
and-
Too many guns and stuff.
yeah, but he's always fighting people with like pans and
You know the
knives.
book. The book is the iconic one. If we're gonna do Bourne, it's the book scene where he wrecked the guy with the
Any scene
book.
with Jason Bourne is a good scene.
Anakin
I mean-
Obi-Wan.
Here's the reality, though, and I know you guys don't know ball. I know you don't know what the rate is. These just pale in comparison. That's the unfortunate
All
truth.
right, well, we'll see.
Oh,
need to see it.
The Anchorman fight scene.
No.
Where they're,
Trident?
all, where they're all circling. Yeah. Did that guy have a trident? I know there is a grenade in that one, and I think Brick does have a gun at
But
one
he's
point.
just yelling with it. He's not using it. He's just holding it and yelling.
These are all elevations of the medium, right? John Wick, but like, it's just the raid
According to Frank, Anchorman doesn't qualify because the trident.
because the
it's
trident is
thrown
thrown. Yeah, I
into
know.
projectile.
Frank would say that. Frank would.
Okay,
say
so I've seen a couple. Goku versus Majin Vegeta.
is that a movie?
I don't know if that's a movie or TV show. And then someone said Peter Griffin versus the Chicken. That's obviously a TV show. So it gets knocked out. The Dark Knight Rises when he gets his when Batman gets his back
I
broken.
thought about that one as well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a good one.
It was kind of short though. Bane really just like whoops his ass pretty bad.
John
breaks
Wick
the
knife
back.
scene.
Yeah, there's some John Wick that could have been on there. Again, though, the raid is better. Just see the raid.
We
Bruce
hear you.
Lee.
We hear you.
Kevin James in the entirety of Bring the Boom. That I honestly just thought about making my entire list. Just Kevin James in Bring the Boom.
No, here comes the boom.
Here comes the boom. Sorry. The Exorcist
Boom
girl
Hug
versus the
Club?
priest. Is that a good one? Oh, Neon Bone says IP, man. I saw that a
Man,
couple
yeah,
times,
Ip Man.
Ip Man, okay. I'm so happy there were
Not
no
to be
John Wick
confused
on
with
the list.
RZA.
Donnie Yen is Ip Man, incredible martial artist,
Frank,
incredible series of
I'm not
films.
old, man. I'm sorry.
RZA like scored that in. It doesn't matter.
SZA?
All right.
Mario versus Bowser in the new Mario movie?
Nah, no fantasy.
thought of that one.
No fantasy.
But that's
like
actually an homage to Neon Genesis Evangelion. If you know,
Punisher
you know.
Jim fight scene?
that. If we do cartoons, they can just do anything. They can.
Ghostface knows ball. He says Crank. Jason Statham, shout out. Great for the ball beer brand.
Crank
Shout
is
out.
fantastic.
It's that Ghostface Killer.
No. It's just Ghostface.
It was a joke.
No, it's Ghostface,
All
man.
right, yeah.
Swing and a miss there. Swing and a miss.
Old dirty bastard.
Randy Marsh versus Bat Dad. Again, a TV show, but it's great. Anything Randy Marsh
I feel like
fighting.
we're just doing jokes at this
I
point.
don't
Give us some
know.
real shit. Come on.
How the fuck is Bloodsport not mentioned on an MMA pod?
It was talked about.
Oh, sorry.
That was a problem.
We thought
though.
about it.
We have to break the fourth wall a little bit. So sometimes when we come up with these ideas, it starts flooding, right? Like we start talking about it off air. So then it becomes well, I don't want to rack that one because now they're expecting it. So some of these got mentioned that we just couldn't bring to air because,
Also,
we already played them.
I think what we have to remember, though, is like Bloodsport for its time was fantastic, but the medium has been pushed much further by
throw
now.
the dust in his eyes and he has to do it
Yeah, that's
blind.
okay.
God,
Like-
what do you mean okay?
It's fine. It's good.
Wow.
At that time.
If Jean-Claude Van Damme were in here right now hearing you say this, I wouldn't want to be in the same
Legend.
room.
One of the
You're
heroes
gonna
of my
get
childhood.
thrown through the Yahoo Finance
And
windows.
we're going to go down that river, and I'm going to shove my foot so far up Bison's. I love Street Fighter. Shout out to
Street
Jean-Claude
Fighter.
Van Damme.
Yeah. And shout out to who was the guy who played Bison?
Raul Julia.
Yeah, rest in peace.
Someone said Optimus Prime versus Megatron. Shout out.
Right. So then we're going is it Pacific Rim? Does that count?
No, those don't count
Godzilla,
because they can do
Kong. Step Brothers, did you touch my drum set fight scene?
There has to be
Not
some
bad.
realism. No
bad.
Pacific Rim.
So no Sharknado.
Sharknado.
Copy.
Sharknado.
Definitely no Lord of the Rings or Harry Potter.
Blood and Bone when Kimbo Slice gets smoked.
Okay, that's Michael Jai White. That's
Okay.
Michael Jai White and Kimbo Slice in a prison bathroom. It's a great scene.
All right. I mean, I feel like we've got it just about covered. Jet Li movies.
Jet Li, the best. The
Captain
one.
America in the elevator. That's a good. That's good. Oh, boxing. I mean, that's a good Marvel one.
But I'm just letting you know, if your hand never touches me again, you won't get it back.
Shut your fucking mouth. Do you hear me?
No,
Connor.
Threaten my dad.
You couldn't Connor.
Hey, silly bollocks. Threaten my dad again. Watch what happens to you.
Yeah.
I'm not threatening him. I'm just letting him know.
Do you hear what I said? Do you hear what I said?
There's no
Do you hear what I said? Well, he did get his arms around your neck.
Leave it. I got it, mate. I can handle this, mate. I'm old school, mate. This is I'm old school, mate. So this is not a problem. I understand, and I apologise for doing that, mate. I really am sorry that I've done that. You know what I mean? You put your hand on my son.
Yeah, because we're fighting.
He's just upset because his dad don't like him.
What?
No, he's just upset because his dad don't like him.
Yeah, I know.
He can't be. Shut your mouth.
Nobody else.
Shut your mouth. Your dad don't like you. You understand?
I don't-
No. You're just
I don't
jealous.
need my
Just
dad
admit.
next
Just
to me.
admit it.
I'm
Just
here.
admit it. That's
I'm
it.
ready to go.
That's it. Look at your team. Dysfunctional.
Yeah,
Oof.
Yeah, they don't like each other.
No,
They don't like each other.
Connor Ben saying, "Don't talk about my dad. I will end your life." And then how about Nigel being like, "I can handle myself. Like, don't worry." But and then he apologized. It's like, sorry, I didn't.
You know,
I did.
Ade asked at the beginning of the press conference, do you think you crossed the line with the egg? I feel like when you're getting into familial stuff, we've seen this in MMA with Conor and Khabib, that the line kind of got crossed when families got involved.
No, here's the thing.
Nah.
The family is such an integral part of the story. It cannot not be.
Yeah, but I just mean the fact that him and his father don't have a relationship anymore.
Yeah.
It's always gonna be
that's a
brought
little
up.
dirty. If you want to talk about how my dad beat the crap out of your dad, that's one thing. But I feel like I don't know.
I'm cool
that's,
with it.
That's my taste.
It's
but-
part of the war. That's why this is so special. That's why this is such an intense and heated rivalry. I get what you're saying, but
I get
like
what he's saying too. Jordan, how do you feel about projectiles and melee combat?
Do you guys want to see the face-off?
yeah.
Yeah, I can't lie. I actually saw it. Let's run it. Let's run it.
Let's run it.
It doesn't live up to to
Boo.
numero uno. Yeah, there they go. There they go. Did they not face off twice? There they are. Fatal Fury belt in between them. Kind of a
That's
crazy,
a pretty nice belt.
kind of a crazy belt. There they are. Keep them about 5, 6, 7 feet away from each other.
Okay, no security. Why is Chris so? Oh, they don't actually get close.
Yeah, no, I literally don't think they were going to let each other get.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah, no. It's not happening. It's not happening.
Let them get close.
They both know they're not going to get close. I can't let you get close.
Oh, if they stay this distance, that's horrible. Let them step in.
Nah, they stay this distance. I had a feeling this was going to happen.
Connor's like, let me go. I'll be fine.
Yeah, it'd be fine. Yeah,
Good for Chris, though, because he gets to play the heel, you know?
Yeah, he just gets
to slap him and then doesn't even have to face the music.
Yeah. I feel like
it's intense, but man, they were face to face.
Yeah, it's impossible to live up to.
Connor's begging. He's like, let me go.
There's like 5 feet between them, and the security guard still is like, nah, I got to have my hand in front of you, Connor. Can't let you go.
Because the expectation is like, if he gets close to him, they think Connor is going to do something. And that's a good assumption because Chris egged him in the face.
Sometimes the boxing stare downs, like I feel like someone needs to come. Yeah, it feels like someone needs to come and be like, "All right, appreciate you guys. We'll see you in the locker room."
Just edge them closer to each other slowly.
No, Chris hasn't moved. Just Connor.
I'm saying to move things along. They just start pushing them closer and closer to each other.
We'll see you. All right, Chris.
All right, not quite as explosive, but the intensity is still there.
Yeah, no. It was going to be tough to live up to number one. It was going to be tough to live up to.
They should let them face off.
Yeah.
I've seen plenty of times where like it's like too heated, and like there's a Conor McGregor one. I don't remember which fight it was for, but Conor's like, just he is demanding to let him face off, and everything was fine. It's part of the fight game. You got to let him do it. I know they canceled the face-to-face they were supposed to have without a Oladipo. What was it, Wednesday? When was the first press round? It was Tuesday, so it was supposed to be on Wednesday. I don't know. Don't separate them. I think it ruins the drama. Let them face it.
If you're gonna do it like that, you should at least have Chael Sonnen in the middle, being like,
"That's the thing.
I can't let you get close.
Have a good security. No, have a good security guard who's there right between them. If the moment somebody flinches, you move them apart, but you have to let them get face to face.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'm still just as excited for the fight.
Same.
2 months away now.
That press conference again. They're gonna touch some things there, like Jordan's alluding to the fact that like saying referencing his father not being there and not loving him and all these things. I think it's just part of this story and what makes the drama so real and raw and exciting.
All right, Frank, did we get any super chats today?
We damn well did.
Oh, okay.
Sleeto writes in.
Sleeto, legend.
In the dark timeline, Bryce TKO's Lord Silva versus Crucifix.
Via Crucifix.
Does the UFC give him mic time? What about at the press conference?
Yeah, I don't think there's going to be any removal of the mic from Bryce Mitchell.
I think he's going to get mic time. I think he's probably going to be on the main card too. I mean, that would be insane if
Bryce KO'd.
If he beats Jean Silva via Crucifix, that would be insane.
No, you can't see it.
John Cross writes, am I crazy for thinking it should have been Ilya? Every built-in excuse to have if lost, all the praise if won. Stays busy while waiting for his loss.
So my biggest thing is like you built in excuse of loss. Like, I mean, this is an undefeated champion who's one of the biggest superstars in the sport. Like, he doesn't need to be taking the Justin Gaethje fight on 9 days notice. And I imagine when he moved up to lightweight, it was for a title shot. It was not to take fights on 9 days notice.
You can't afford to misstep. You can't afford to go up to lightweight and it not be for a title. And if it's not for a title, it be on short notice, and if it's on short notice to fall, like
excuses don't matter in terms of getting to a title. You lose that debut at 155, you're definitely not getting the title shot. There is no chance.
The number of fraud check tweets would, support an entire nation if you could sell him. If he fell to Justin Gaethje, we would hear nothing but how much of a fraud Ilya Topuria is. So no, too risky.
Tech says, shout out to the boys.
Hey,
shout out to Tech.
Member for 4 months. Shout out to him.
Benjamin Turk writes, hey, boys, since the Sean Brady race is in limbo as of now, when are we going to do... Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sensing that the Sean Brady race is in limbo.
You meant to write
You just spelled sense wrong.
Because this is what happens when I have 3 freaking people telling me what to read here. When are we going to do
well,
the
I felt like you
Helwani
really got angry at the people in the
boxing
back there.
challenge? Also, I did not know ear cleaning was a thing that got an appointment on Monday.
Oh, nice.
Oh,
we got him
shit.
into doing an ear
Wow,
cleaning.
that's incredible. I'm ready to do the Helwani boxing challenge whenever. I will beat any and all challengers. I really am not worried about that at all. Like
No.
Rick, Ariel, Jordan, Frank, anyone who wants it. Like it's easy work.
For the bike thing, I'm gonna take a month, not even a month. I'm gonna by next week. I'm gonna lab up. I'm gonna get in some good shape, and we'll hop back on.
I
the
will
bike.
not accept the fight.
No, we have to. We have to.
I will not accept the ride.
No, it's okay.
I
it's
need
okay.
a challenger to step
No,
in
no,
while I
it'll
wait
be-
for Brady.
Listen,
I
it'll
mean,
be
keep
me
talking your smack, you know? Maybe you'll get one.
on Air Jordan.
You know, I keep hearing stuff about Long Island out there, so, you
Yeah.
know, if that keeps up, you know.
Get
do
on the bike
team,
and
but-
represent your trash ass
Long
little
Island.
city of Long Island. Get on the bike
Oh,
and,
now
and
Long
bike
Island's
against
just a
me,
whole
Jordan.
city.
Did we just develop a rivalry?
I'm ready whenever
it's
you are,
been
Jordan.
developing, Eric, since
Off the
Fight
couch.
Feast. Literally, I'm playing nice during Fight Feast, but the whole time Connor's just
You were stewing.
talking so much shit. Oh my god!
I'll come straight off the couch and work your ass, Jordan, whenever. I'll do it for all the anti-Long Island people out there.
I don't want to mess up your precious bike ride with Sean Brady here, though.
So you think
God
you're gonna
forbid we
win and
lost
you're
a
gonna
fight and I steal the race from you.
Oh, so you want Brady?
You can go against Brady if
Well,
you
let me
beat
take
me.
down GC so everyone knows that he's Georgia. Nothing compared to Long
This is
Island.
Oh,
the, this is
shit.
the
Street to Long
easiest
Island.
work in my life. I'll give you a 10-second head start. What do you want, Jordan? This is the easiest work of my life.
I don't need any head start.
Honestly,
gonna
the
win.
Why don't you just show up and I'll show up and we'll see who wins.
All right. The fact that you're doing it in honor of Long Island only makes me that much more motivated to smoke your ass.
Excuse me, please. Call by its proper name, Strong Island.
Strong Island.
Long Island Silver.
Oh, God.
Jordan's gonna have to come in decked out with the Strong
I love
Island
it.
gear.
Yeah. Wear Strong Island. Wear your Islanders hat. Wear your Islanders jersey.
All right, it looks like we just made a match.
All right.
Here we go.
Yeah, this is
Jordan,
the interim. This is the interim. You can,
This is
you
the
can
interim.
step in and try and take the shot.
Jordan
from me.
wants to steal your shot.
I will remain and still undefeated on the Averon bicycle. This is laughable.
3-1 sounds great.
Wow.
I'm thinking burger and fries for dinner, ice cream sundae for dessert, and then no biking until we do this matchup. That's how easy it's going to be for me.
Jordan is stewing, but I love it. He hates how much you hate Long Island. All right.
Cross in the chat, Jam, GC going to get smoked before he even gets the face off against Brady.
People got Jordan.
In Jordan's dreams. Make me an underdog in that bike ride, and it will feed generations.
It sounds like you think about me when I'm not here, but like honestly, I'm at home on Long Island, riding my bike everywhere. I got no issues getting on a bike, riding.
Jordan rides his bike
You can't
around.
bike in Long Island.
Damn straight I can. We got a boardwalk, 2.1 miles.
He does live on the water.
Hank the Tank, GC opens at minus 375. Just moments later, 24-inch dubs, GC has moved to minus 700. Wow, the early money coming in on it. It should be minus 10,000. There's still value on that.
I don't know. I'm interested in this. We'll find out.
Let's go. What? 2 minutes? A mile? What do you want to do, Jordan?
Hey, we're not changing the standards
1 minute,
here.
1 minute.
Everything
1
that you
minute?
guys have already done, we're going to continue to do.
It's just 1 minute only gives me so much time to widen the gap to prove how badly I'm dominating you.
These lungs are ready to go, baby.
1 minute. Wow. All right, we got a matchup. Good job, Jordan. Frank, do we have anything else?
Cole B. Rick, referring to the Kevin Lee gym footage, was there any gym leaks back in the MMA forum days that come to mind?
Oh, shit.
Seems common nowadays with X.
No, just because like the availability of cameras and stuff like that. Nothing that I can recall off the top of my head. The thing that would happen back in those days is you would hear the stories. There'd be the stories that come out, be like, oh, I heard that guy got knocked out in the gym, or I heard this guy was better than that guy in the gym. Those are the things that will kind of pass around. But this is a different level. Like when you see that footage of Kevin Lee getting dropped there, I can't think of anything worse than that. Like that's a huge breach of trust as far as like gym etiquette goes. That's a huge breach of trust. A really, really bad thing to have happen. Unfortunate situation. Hopefully that guy is not at that gym anymore, and he's learned his lesson to not do that. But no, nothing that I can recall. Just because like back then there were no just like pop up a camera phone and grab it. So I can't think of any other top of my head. But you would hear the stories of like, yeah, from what I heard, this guy gets the better of this guy in the gym, stuff like that.
Jake has 2 questions.
Jake.
Rick, are the Cavs going to win it all this year? GC, who we got in the NASCAR race this weekend?
I'll go first. I don't think so. I think OKC is going to win it. They look pretty damn good. I think the Cavs have a really good shot at getting out of the East. I've never thought the Celtics were that good. Even last year, I thought they had kind of a cakewalk to the finals. But I could see the Cavs losing to the Celtics, Knicks, potentially one of those teams. But I think they're probably the favorites in the East. I just don't think anybody has a chance against OKC.
I mean, I can't believe we're getting a NASCAR question. Can we just shout out the shirt right here? I mean, this is a 1995 Jeff Gordon Winston Cup champion shirt. I mean, this is as good as it gets right here.
Are you like the number one NASCAR fan now?
This is just, don't mind me. Don't mind me. I'm just chilling here. Don't mind me.
That's a pretty sick shirt, I have to admit.
The Winston Cup on the back. I mean, that is all time right there, baby. All time. 1995. Don't mind me. Someone give me.
You're just NASCAR guy now, huh?
So watch the Daytona 500. Hit on that. Watched the Atlanta Motor Speedway last week. Hit on that as well, and I already have bets in this weekend. I mean, I'm telling you, man, I've bet on a lot of things. I've bet on a lot of sports in my day, but when you got a driver in contention at the end of a NASCAR race, it is a thrill like no other.
What I always thought was there really isn't drama, but what I'm realizing now, following it through you, there's always drama at the end of the race.
There's always drama. Like I see someone in the chat, and I get no one gives a shit about NASCAR. I understand that, but someone was like, "Holy shit, they turned left." It is far more exciting than that. It's far more exciting.
That's what I thought too. Is like they just turn left.
And I get it. I get that no one's into it. And I'm not going to sit here and opine on it. But man, I've been enjoying watching it. I started watching the Netflix
they have like their Drive to Survive.
Their Drive to Survive version. I've been enjoying it, man. So yeah, until I start losing on the bets, then I'll just keep watching. I really think the secret is I don't love NASCAR. I love betting on NASCAR.
And winning.
It's just a ton of fun. As far as my pick, I'm going to go Tyler Reddick in the old 45. I think William Byron will be in contention. Ross Chastain in the 1. Ross Chastain's car this weekend is sick. The number 1 Busch Light Texas Flag Edition, Longhorn on the front of it. Ross Chastain will be in contention. You can't count out Kyle Busch at the road courses. Don't sleep on Austin Cindric in the 2. I mean, it should make for a great weekend over there at COTA. First road race of the year. It's gonna be good. Kyle Larson, obviously, always in contention, but I'm looking forward to it.
When that voice comes out, it's incredible.
I got a big Sunday plan.
Right now.
A little NASCAR straight into the Oscars.
Rick G wants to know, all right, boys, pick one winner, Eubanks or Ben?
Shout out Rick G. Eubank. Eubank is going to win. He's just too big, unfortunately, but Conor Benn is going to bring it to him for every moment of that fight. I ultimately do think it will be Eubank, but it's strictly due to the size. I just think he's too big for Conor, but Conor is going to make it an exciting fight, guaranteed.
Anything else?
Terrence wants to know, how many years do we have left of Val?
Is this Shevchenko?
I think so.
How old is Shevchenko? 36? She could probably do this for a little bit longer, man.
Years?
Yeah, probably another 2 years. Honestly, maybe more. She's just one of those like lifelong martial artists. She didn't look particularly stressed in her last fight. I feel like she could probably keep doing this for quite a bit, actually. I wouldn't be surprised if she's got another 4. I wouldn't be surprised if she makes it to 40. Also, remember, her mom was competing in like, senior tour Muay Thai tournaments. I think Val's probably going to be in this for the long haul. So probably a while, honestly.
Relevant username. Can't always watch these live due to time zones, but the fact that nobody mentioned the sandwich coat croquet madame was appealing.
Wow.
What is that?
Wait, why was that appealing? And what
maybe they meant appalling. I think they meant appalling.
Right.
And what currency is NOK?
I couldn't tell you.
The NOK is the Norwegian krone. Shout out to Norway.
Oh, is this is in reference to our pound for pound sandwiches?
Yeah.
Wasn't that like 2 months ago?
Look, they're apologizing.
The Madame Croquet looks like this is a croquet monsieur is a hot sandwich made with ham and cheese, and it looks like an egg on top.
And bechamel.
Okay, this actually looks pretty decent.
It looks fire. I'm down.
It is a great sandwich.
I would
Can
eat
confirm.
with cheese on the outside. I'd eat the shit out of that.
That looks solid.
Incredible. That looks incredible.
Olajuwon Dream shouts out the Winnipeg Jets, 11 in a row, baby.
Hey,
Sure,
shout out
take
to
your
the
word for
Jets,
it.
man. Formerly the Atlanta Thrashers, baby. Stand up.
Oh, this is hockey?
Yeah, Winnipeg Jets. What'd you think it was?
like arena football or something. I didn't know what the hell this was.
Football.
Winnipeg Jets. All right, shout out. Wait, this is a Canadian team or an NHL team?
Where's Winnipeg from?
NHL team.
This is an NHL team?
In Canada, yeah. NHL
I've never heard of this team.
Jesus, you
The
don't know shit
goalie for
about
the
hockey.
American team is the Winnipeg Jets.
Yeah, let me
Starting
tell you
goalie.
how many minutes of that foreign nations tournament thing I watched.
9, because that's when the fights were.
She was
No,
nice.
didn't even watch those.
Also, in
I
hockey
heard you guys
fights-
talking about the Tachuk,
Kachuk.
guys. Didn't see 1 second of it. Out. Hockey not my thing.
Last one. Dean
Last
Park. Love the content, GC. Will you make a cameo on No Bets Barred? Jed needs help big time.
Oh, Jesus.
Also,
Jesus.
what is the dumbest thing you've bet on MMA or otherwise?
Unlike that, I'll make a cameo on No Bets Barred. I doubt Jed needs any help. I'm sure he's killing it over there. I'm not gonna lie, actually, I didn't know that they were still continuing to do it. But shout out No Bets Barred. Spent many hours on that show. Glad to see that they're still keeping it going. What's the dumbest thing I've bet on? Just like, wow, are you really betting on that? Or like, wow, that was such a horseshit bet, I immediately lost it.
I think it's like most ridiculous.
Most ridiculous. One time, me and my boys took a trip to Montreal, and we were at the Montreal casino, and we sat at the virtual horse racing. Like, they had a whole like little stadium set up around the virtual horses.
You got all of us in this.
What?
You remember when you got all of us doing the virtual horse racing with
Yeah,
you?
you got us all into it.
All right, so like I was chasing gold because me and my boys sat in the Montreal casino for like 6 hours slamming Labatt Blues, betting on virtual horses, and we each won like 300 Canadian dollars. And it was just a really enjoyable evening. That was pretty dumb. I always look back on that fondly. That was very dumb. I mean, the hot dog eating contest is dumb. The Tour de France is pretty dumb to bet on. Yeah, I mean, catch me in the summer and you're like, you want to bet on something? I have no shame. If my friends are betting on it, I'll bet on anything.
Now that
I
I've
don't
seen-
care. I will bet on anything just to be dumb.
Now that I've seen these TikTok videos of people just like setting lines on like everyday like dumb shit, I don't think there are any like ridiculous bets anymore. Everything is bettable.
Yeah,
Just kinda
everything's bettable, especially with offshore books.
Yeah.
I'll have some Oscar bets.
No, but I'm
this
saying like even like these people like I see on TikTok are like, how many cuts in the waffle fries and shit like that? They'll just like make up anything and set a line, and there's no such thing as a ridiculous bet anymore. People are betting on everything.
I mean, were y'all not like kids and you'd be like, I'll bet you $5 I can do XYZ?
Yeah, but I never.
Never found a book that would actually.
Yeah, there was never really like any like real stakes to it.
Yeah, I mean, I guess not real stakes. $5 is real stakes back then. Yeah, I've bet on some dumb shit, man. I've been on. I mean, when the pandemic hit, it was Madden Sims. I mean, NBC had virtual horse racing during the pandemic. They did like the all-time great Kentucky Derby thing, and I emptied the bank account on Secretariat, and he came back and won in insane fashion. It was some dark times.
Jesus Christ.
Some dark times.
Madden Sims?
The degeneracy is real, baby. The degeneracy
You
is
do the
real.
ping pong during COVID.
Nah, but I did a lot of KBO, Korean baseball. Yeah, I was up at 4 a.m. watching KBO. It's good times, man.
I could never.
Good times. I mean, me and my boys, like that's how I got into soccer, really. The Bundesliga, that was the first league to come back. Bundesliga brunch, me and all my boys would get together. All got boots. We were drinking mimosas out of glass boots. It's good shit. It's good shit. It's good shit, man. I mean, there's nothing more fun than betting with the boys.
What else we got?
Hank the
the end of
Tank
it.
GC tweaking.
24-inch Dubs did put something as a super chat, but I don't approve of the content. So,
wow.
And neither would you, Eric, if we're being honest.
On Air Jordan
we
is
will not be
vetoing.
showing that 24-inch Dubs. None of that
Well, now we have to.
Boston C's talk up in here.
Oh, it was like a pro Boston thing.
Yeah.
Boston
yeah,
Celtics?
no,
No, we don't support that. They're trash.
And that's it. That's
Fraud
all our
title
super
last
chats.
year for the Boston Celtics. All right.
Brandon QFG gambling the stimmy check on Madden Sims.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
That is fucking sick work to be able to.
What else were you guys doing? Sitting around your house drinking?
I was working. It was social
Twiddling-
media. My
twiddling
job
your
was.
thumbs?
My job had never been hotter.
Yeah, I actually never got a day home
Yeah.
during the pandemic. I was in office every single day during it. It was
And when you were out of it, you were emptying the account on.
No. I was
Madden
doing it
Sims.
at work. I was like, I had like my production. This is in ESPN's offices. Had like my production computer here, and then another computer here, just streaming the Madden Sims. Shit was good times.
Who is simming it? Who is the producer of the content?
It was either Bovada or Bet Online, one of the offshore books. And like, yeah, me and everyone else that was
So they would set these lines, but they would actually broadcast it? Bovada would have it?
Yeah, the sim would be broadcast. And then like it would be like 8 producers standing around a fucking computer and like we'd all be cheering on like
Go Ravens.
It was funny ass shit, man. Like I say all this and like I know how much of a degenerate I sound like, but it really was just like $5-10 and like we're all just laughing, having fun during it and talking about how ridiculous it is. I understand how ridiculous it sounds.
That's the thing about some of the ridiculous bets and kind of I guess what the like I bet you $5 I could do is like none of those are gonna break your bank account, right? Those are not like I don't even consider those like real bets. Those are just like you're just trying to like.
They're also highly limited.
Yeah.
Like whenever we do like the WWE betting, that's another ridiculous thing to bet on. Whenever I do those, people are like, "How is this possible?" It's like because you can put like $50 down.
Yeah.
All right. Enough about that though. Enough about my degeneracy days. UFC Apex 103 this weekend. Oscars as well.
Tank versus Roach.
Tank versus Roach. Anything else?
I think that's it.
UFC 313 next week. The Crack tomorrow. Pay-per-view week next week. As good as it gets.
Watch The Crack right here. 1 p.m. tomorrow.
Please watch it. Shout out to Pizza. That's it. Boys in the back. We did it. Breaking news Thursday. This time next week.
See you.
See you then.